Boom! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on another great Wednesday evening to the Comeback City. I'm your co-host Lance, joined by Sky. And welcome to the Comeback City.
Yeah, dude, it's another Wednesday night. We're here, baby. We're here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have officially arrived. Chain is in the chat. Baka Kong is in the chat. Rob. We got Valkyrin. Noma Gannis. Everyone's in the chat. Yo, if you guys are in the chat and you're hyped up, ready to chill out vibe and talk World of Warcraft, it's officially time, dude. It's officially time.
Before we get into anything, guys, Max found his credit card that he lost.
Oh no.
Max, tell the class where it was, please. Ragnar. What's up? Beezy had it.
Son of a bitch.
Max, it's time to put that dog down. Just kidding.
Oh, Chain Keck. Yo, awesome W. Yo, by the way, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very, very important. We need to get double viewers on YouTube and Twitch. It's time to boost up these numbers and get it to the mood. Time to inflate for the quarterly reports.
Yep.
Okay? It's time to make us look pretty. I need you guys. One of the best ways you can do it for absolutely free, get a little duo stream action going on. Get one on YouTube, get one on Twitch, help 100%. Us out. We're trying to break the viewership record tonight. If we can hit 80 live viewers tonight across both platforms.
Sky, hold on. We're getting a message from our producers.
Yeah. What is it? What's going on?
They said that our show is in review, and if we don't hit 80 viewers tonight,
oh shit,
we might be canceled.
Holy shit, the network is coming. The network is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get some F's in the chat for the network? F's in the chat for the network.
It turns out we're just not performing.
Uh-oh. Guys, we're looking in trouble. Wayside, what's going on, Chain Keck? Everyone is here. If you guys are here, ready to chill out vibe, Mac, let me get some ones in the chat as well. We're going to chill out, relax, wait till everyone gets in here, tune in a little bit, and then we'll move on and get the show dialed in.
Oh, yeah.
We got some pretty interesting news, by the way, to break down this week. Big ones in the chat from Chain and Baka Kong. Chain in both chats giving ones. Insane. Jason Castanopoulos, Retgor, ones in the chat. Let's go, baby. We got a lot to dive into. I mean, we got some more information on the patch stuff.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot more gameplay on the Hall of Fall event, too. I got some things I want to talk about with that. Class changes just came in as well. I mean, dude, there's a good amount to go through in the weekly sort of cooldown that I think a lot of people are gonna like. Also, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, one more thing. We had our best video ever get posted on that third channel. I'll send you guys the link now, which is pretty much like a clips channel for these shows. We had our best video ever. It's coming up on 1,000 views, which is a pretty big deal for that channel since it's brand new. So if you guys like, seeing clips and short form content of these streams, go ahead, check it out. Give it a subscribe. I think we just hit 81 subscribers, which is really cool. Help us get to 100, man. That'd be awesome. So Lance, how you doing, man?
Rob, I will say for your shirt, there was a delay on shipping. We had to wait for an order of shirts to come in for your size. So we had to wait for that. That's why it was a little bit delayed. But week has been good. I've actually been talking with the one and only Max this last week, and we had a genius idea together, him and I.
Oh, yeah.
And we ended up deciding we were going to throw an event.
Oh, yeah. That is true. What type of event? What are we talking about?
We will be hosting a guild dueling tournament.
Ooh, guild dueling tournament.
Yes, it's not going to be, we're not going to be doing
Is
it
it
for...
like, what if it was like a 5v5, 1v1 thing, like Dalaran WoW
No,
does?
that's not what we're doing. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our asses to the Blade's Edge Arena in Blade's Edge Mountains in
TBC?
Outland. And we're going to go there and host the dueling tournament there.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Sick. Couple of rules. All the rules were posted in the Discord in the new announcements channel. Not only that, I will say this. There's one I have to add on there. I was talking to some of the officers. The big rule is the only gear you could be using is all of the honor gear. The honor PvP set. Easy to grind if you want to join in and you don't have any PvP gear.
Okay.
It'll take you, 2 hours, 3 hours to get that?
Not that long at all.
Yeah, especially do the weekly event. So if you want to be in, you will have to get the green honor PvP gear. That's the gear we'll be using.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty cool.
Hell yeah, that'd be dope. That's exciting stuff. So yeah, a little PvP dueling tournament action going on within the guild. If you guys are interested, hop in that Discord, link down in the description below. Max, if anyone else could link that Discord, you could, join the Discord in the chat, maybe post it. That'd be really, really helpful. What's going on, Mark Melitas? I'm not falling for that name, Mark Conley. It's a Melitas angle.
Now, no conquest gear. I think there's some people who don't really care about PvP who might want to join. We don't want the barrier to entry to be too much. It's a for fun event, but the winner is going to get a free t-shirt.
Yeah, the winner is going to get a free t-shirt. That's pretty cool.
Winner's going to get a free t-shirt, and also there's going to be gold prizes.
Gold prizes. So that's exciting. Lance, are you ready to dive into sort of getting the show going? You feeling good?
I think so. Let's get it going.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's officially time now to dive into the weekly cooldown. Let's get into it. All right, it's time for the weekly cooldown. Your full recap of everything that went down in World of Warcraft this week, from blue posts and patch notes to class changes, leaks, and more. We're breaking it all down for you right now, whether you missed a day or the whole week. Click that Hearthstone and get ready, because this is your reset. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sit back, relax, grab yourself a beverage, because it's time for the weekly cooldown.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go into everything that's happened this last week in World of Warcraft, between the new patch stuff, class changes, updates, bad things, good things, whatever the case may be. We're going to break it down. The first one is kind of a hitter, in case you guys are wondering, because, Lance, like you called it, right after the 0.5, we officially just got a brand new update on 11.7 and what's actually going to be coming. Do you have anything you want to say about that in general?
Yeah, listen, they've just been sticking to the cadence that they've had since Dragonflight, right? Or end of Dragonflight, going into the war within that 8-week cadence, and it's, as soon as something comes out, pretty sure that the next thing's going to be announced rather like shortly after.
Yeah.
Yes, they did announce 11.1.7.
Yeah, and there it is, Lance. I can't believe you're hitting a lot of this on the head. It's an Erythor patch, 0.7. Once again, Lance is right. And people always ask me where I get all my info from, and I even get DM from creators sometimes like, how are you finding this info? What's going on? I don't actually find it. I just ask Lance. Because Lance knows everything somehow, some way. How can I get the Discord link? The one in the description says it's expired. Oh, man.
Oh, God, I got it.
We're going to get it posted in the chat for you right now, and maybe updated in the description as well. Thank you so much, Jason Summers. Is that a interesting profile picture? I like that. That's pretty cool. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the 0.7 patch announcement, let's get some ones in the chat. If you guys are hyped up, man, we got a lot to get through here today, man. There's a lot of info to break down. I know we're sort of like slow rolling into this because I kind of want to, get everyone in here first. For example, Trojan just got in here. Let's get some ones in the chat. By the way, if you guys want to help out the channel for absolutely free, we do have the Twitch pinned in the chat. If you want to get a second monitor over there, help inflate those numbers on both. It would really, really help the channel out. Twitch is very brutal. It's hard competing with the T-Tab and T-Does, okay?
Oh.
But anyways, let's jump into it. War Within patch 11.7 It's official. It's called The Legacy of Erythor. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of information to jot down, so get ready to just, have us break it down to you very quickly. So it's going to be an Arathi Highlands campaign situation where we're going to be going back to Arathi Highlands in the original classic zones and doing some stuff there. Tensions are rising between the Horde and Alliance again, so it's going to be a little mini patch where we're fist fighting again. I'm sure there's going to be really some cool, hopefully, actually, I don't want to say I'm sure. Hopefully there's some good PvP stuff going on there when it comes to quests and stuff. But Alliance is going to be getting brand new tabards as well as Horde, Maghar. For me personally, that's great for my Shaman. I love that stuff.
Yeah, it doesn't help me at all, but yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
but it helps me with my Shaman. So there's going to be like a little zone there for us to go to
what's cool
and
about
hang
that
out.
Is there's actually going to be differences in the questing experience depending on if you're Alliance or Horde. So it's pretty interesting. I mean, if people care about that, I'll do it on both just to kind of see both sides.
Did you listen to the Heartlands audiobooks yet?
A long time ago when they came out.
Shit. Wow, look at you go. That makes no sense making the Horde and Ally fight again, given that we were in the same guild. That's crazy. Is that cherry limeade?
No, this is a sour watermelon, and honestly, it tastes like ass.
Yeah.
Zero. So the reason they're fighting is...
Shout out to the AOTC team. Yeah, man, you guys are absolutely insane. They did it last week.
Thursday got it.
They got the AOTC. They're absolutely insane. You guys are animals out there. Absolute dogs. Yo, we got officially over 35 people total across both platforms. Yo, if you guys are in the chat, let's get some ones. It's time to dive into the 0.7 patch, baby. Go for it.
I will say, when it comes to them fighting, I don't consider this as Alliance and Horde fighting. It just so happens that Alliance and Horde forces are here in the same zone. In Stromgarde, they have this base. I wouldn't really want orcs right next to me building shit and doing things there when... I don't want that either. Yeah, we're going to have skirmishes, and it's not even really necessarily Alliance versus Horde. It's just, I don't want you near my shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. But another very big one, which I think is really big for World of Warcraft in general, ladies and gentlemen, is the lore walking missions and story objectives with Lore Walker Cho now. So what this basically is starting from level 10 onward, you could speak with Lore Walker Cho and start diving into quest lines, almost like story mode instance quest lines, breaking down everything that's happening in the game or specific things that have happened in the past. For example, meeting the Ethereals, because we all know that's going to be a pretty big part, I would say, in the 0.2 patch coming soon. Xal'atath's storyline, breaking down what happened with her, what happened in Legion, diving into why she's even a villain, what's going on, and then also a crazy one that I can't believe they're bringing out this very first run is going back in the past to see what happened with Arthas.
Well, the interesting about that is you could see the story threads for the Ethereals and Xal'atath, we're there, right?
Yeah.
That's in, but it makes you wonder,
why Arthas?
Are they just doing Arthas because it's hype as hell, or are they putting Arthas in there because?
I think it's just because it's hype as hell.
You know,
if they try to tie him in again, I thought it was far-fetched with Shadowlands. If they're reaching if they're trying to tie him in again.
Well, maybe it's not necessarily him. It could be Ner'zhul. It could be...
Trojan says, imagine thinking they closed the book on Arthas. That's wild.
I don't know. Who knows why they could be doing that, but it's just strange to see it there in this list. But I think the most interesting part of this is what it could mean for the future of WoW storytelling.
Yeah.
Maybe there could be something that, for people who care about the story, they could put you in like a timeline where you run it. It's like a chapters, and you go through the whole history of WoW story to catch you up.
Yeah, something they did with Star Wars The Old Republic, and I could see if maybe I could pull it up here on stream. They did something very interesting where in game I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, but they had like these little story
chapters,
expansion chapters. Man, come on, dude. No one's got a screenshot of that. You guys are diabolical.
Well, it's okay.
All right, whatever. But they did this thing where they have story chapters of every expansion that you can go through. Not only go through them, but go through them and progress at different difficulty levels.
That's cool.
Some are trivial, some are normal, some are very challenging and give additional cosmetics if you go through them and complete them and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
So it was a very interesting thing, and I think if they do something like that, I mean, hell, who wouldn't be interested in at least trying it out and doing that? Like, unless you're strictly playing WoW for gameplay, I mean, why not?
How cool would it be if they put, like, old style bosses, for instance, Arthas or Illidan, as a story mode raid, but you could do like a mythic difficulty for a transmog.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. Like, and by the way, you don't have to do it solo. Have you queue up with the AI, and you know, maybe make it a little bit difficult. Maybe make you do the mechanics that were in that fight. And I know I'm fishing here, and this is what World of Warcraft players do. We fucking go crazy, but
Copium.
Imagine like you go back to these older raids. And you can even queue them up solo strictly as a story progression thing and experience it for technically the first time for you, or, you know, just whatever. Like, I didn't do anything in Cataclysm. I would love to do that. I didn't do anything Mop. I'm probably going to do it this time around, but I would love to do that.
Hold on. We played those expansions. You just only did Arena.
Yeah, I only did Arena and very basic PvE, but you get my point. So yeah, very interesting direction they're going to go, ladies and gentlemen. They're really working hard on implementing more story and breaking everything down, which is amazing. I think they're going to do a great job. I think this is long overdue for World of Warcraft. I think this is one of those things that time walking event of all the old raids. Yeah, exactly. I think this is one of those things that is going to progress WoW forward as another great MMO in 2025, not just a good MMO in general.
I think also a way for people to understand the story in game without needing to, like, and you don't have to do every raid, but you could do the big ones. Like, there's big raids in every expansion. Like, honestly, if you're playing the War Within, maybe you wouldn't have the Undermine raid to it.
Okay.
But, you know, you put in Nerobar Palace, you put in, you could put in the raids that really move the story of World of Warcraft forward.
And, you know, we're going to dive into this a lot more once I get on the 0.7 patch very soon, and really make a good guide for everyone to understand and see. Those videos always tend to do well, and I love making those videos because it prepares me personally, so definitely be ready for that. Another very big thing, Lance, holy shit, they're expanding upon delves. Delves are getting some more expansion in terms of content and how things are going to work. They're introducing now delve-specific affixes to 6 delves across the world to push you in new feats of heroism, so to earn more shiny stuff or loot, cosmetics and stuff like that. And you'll be engaging with brand new enemies, more bosses, new traps, and there's going to be something now I'm very interested to see. They were talking a little bit about Bran, potentially, instead of him maybe having role types, just giving him like a talent tree of his own that you dive into and sort of go down and customize.
So you can build your brand more.
Yeah, so you build your brand, rather it just be like a curio, and a healer. And everyone just uses the same old thing over and over. Maybe for a Destruction Warlock, you want him to be more melee focused and still taunt enemies, but maybe that's not the same gameplay style you want as if you're an Arms Warrior. Maybe you want him strictly staying in the back, giving you more defenses, popping that, and then range DPS, you know? So, you know, some different options there, and I think there's really good potential, and with this affix stuff, I'm really interested to see how far they take this sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think it's always interesting. You know, I'm okay, like, and a lot of people think, okay, people who play delves just want easy content and easy way to gear. That's not necessarily the case, and maybe some people do, but some people just only can play solo because they play at weird times, but they still want a challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And this is cool. Like, keep adding more challenge. I don't think, at least, especially this season, last season was a little different. The 11s, they stopped being hard after the first week.
They're still kind of difficult. Like, you have to understand, if you're not on your main, you still get your ass kicked in there. Like, that's the truth. I'm on a 650 Shaman, and I still almost get one-shotted. Like, it is tough. It's tough, I'm not gonna lie.
Because Shadow's pretty good, but I was clearing them pretty easily, even at 640 item level.
Yeah, I mean, sure. There are times just, though, where it gets tough. Yeah, Max, it was ridiculous last night. They definitely upped the duo sort of situation. It was rough. It was rough. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to help support the channel for absolutely free, we have a Twitch link pinned in the YouTube chat right now. You can pull it up maybe on a second monitor. Oh,
Trojan, you dog,
you dog with the prime. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate the love. You guys can pull up the Twitch on a second tab, help inflate those numbers on Twitch. It's really hard to compete with all those titas over there. The boobs will get you. You know how girls are over there. So help us out, guys. Help us compete. Additionally, there's gonna be a brand new what is this, like a borrowed power.
When are we gonna get the ones in the chat emote?
Yeah, I should probably work on that.
You know,
one emo when. Yeah, let me do that.
Yeah, you know, like maybe neon lights coming off of it or something. You know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Trojan, can I ask, will you be competing in our dueling tournament? I expect to see you dueling.
If you can't beat them, join them. That's insane. I'm gonna start showing
take
my
your
knockers.
shirt off
That's
right
wild. Also, we're gonna be getting a new borrowed power sort of piece of equipment, the Titan disc belt.
By the way, love it.
Yeah, no, I mean anything to make me more strong, so I can complete the hardest content in the game and say I pretended I did something properly. So that's what I want to feel
Please
like.
don't look at the date I completed this.
Yeah, no. 100. Yeah, no, definitely not. So we're gonna be getting a new belt similar to Cersei's, ring. It might not be that as powerful, but
I hope it's more powerful.
well, we're also going to get the corruption chance, which we'll talk about in a second, but then also the new UI add-ons and stuff coming as well. Additionally, we're getting the brand new tier set recolors as well, and there's a lot of different variants here. So I can't break down through this right here, and then we're also getting the turbulent time ways again. One button assist, yeah, exactly, Bangzer.
Not only are we getting you remember the mount that was the reward for last turbulent time ways, the B?
Yeah.
Lame.
Yeah, that shit was awful. This one's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Look at that.
An infinite dragon with the captain's hat from Tasavesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I get some huges in the chat for this mount that we're going to be getting for participating in the turbulent time ways? Absolutely freaking cracked. So that is the first bit of news, and we're going to be diving into now just some stuff a little bit more in depth because we didn't get the full information there in that article. The release date also for Season 3, we're getting some information. Note this is all on the PTR.
Subject to change.
Subject to change, speculative, technically. It's not official. But if they continue to follow this cadence and everything that's going on, we will be getting patch 11.1.7 before or on June 17th.
Oh, yeah, 1.7 is going to come on June 17th.
If they follow that 8-week cadence, which they've been on.
Correct. That's happened.
Yeah, this isn't the one I'm too worried about. It's this one, the major 11.2 patch that is probably subject to change. Now, 11.2 will be on August 5th. I know a lot of people have been asking. This isn't 100%. May, June, July, August. It's another 8 weeks after the June 17th thing. August 5th is looking like the day, and then the season opens up 1 week later. Bada bing, bada boom. So definitely clear your calendars. Understand that's what's going on. And I think there's some good stuff. I think there's some good stuff coming out of both of these. 0.7, I'm really excited for, because at that point, we will have the corruption visions finally. Yep. I'm fucking dying to get in there. We're going to have the new turbo event going on in, I think, this Tuesday coming up. I think it starts.
Yes.
The 8th. Or not the 8th. I think like the 11th or 12th or whatever. Yeah. We have the turbo leveling event going on this week. Next week after that, the corrupted visions. 2 weeks after that, the duos. Yeah. So we have some stuff coming out, and we're about to eat very good soon. And then slightly after that, we get 0.7, the 17th, just a few weeks after. So they are slow dripping, but there's always something around the corner.
Listen, at this rate, though, if they did release it all at one time, would any of it work?
Shit, you're probably right. Additionally, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some minor updates to the cooldown manager, as well as some UI stuff. They're fixing issues, stuff like that, but they're also adding stuff to the weak aura blizzard manager scuffed situation, bristling fur, stuff like that. And same goes for all these other classes. They're getting minor things here or there. So really interesting that they're already expanding upon it, already updating it. We also got some nerfs in the Mythic raid. You guys know how it is. They're going to keep nerfing Mythic, keep making us more powerful, so even the average players can somewhat dive into Mythic.
Maybe get the first few bosses down.
Get it 2, 3, 4 bosses down if potentially possible. So very interesting there. Also, we did get some major Yo, Chris, you're hilarious, bro. 2 OP. Yo, I don't know, bro. Yo, I will say, you were blasting the other day. You were fucking blasting, and you were killing it. Major props to you.
We're going to do an event.
That was so much fun.
Sky, we're going to do an event with the guild. Normal mode run of this raid. All 1 button assist.
Oh, Jesus.
Every player has to be 1 button assist if you're DPS.
God, that's crazy. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to support the stream for absolutely free, help us support it by getting a couple extra views on the stream. If you can, we have the Twitch linked in the chat right now on YouTube. Get over on Twitch. Get a second monitor going. Help us cheeky inflate those numbers. We got to break the records tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Our previous record was 78. We got to hit 80 viewers total. Would really appreciate it. I want to get those records down during this slow time. Koozie, what's going on, baby? How we doing? Okay, so moving into the class changes. Lance, believe it or not, there were some decent updates here. Once again, they're doing their best for Unholy to contain that fucking Sand Lane talent tree that's going insane with Blood Beast, and then implementing their damage somewhere else. Once again, Raise Abomination. I mean, this really isn't going to do shit unless it's single target, but Army of the Damned, Magus Frostbolt damage. I don't know if you know, there's a build where you summon the Frostcasters as Unholy.
Build, yeah.
Yeah, and you're summoning instead, rather than funneling it all into the Epidemic and dot damage instead. So I personally think this build is really, like, so much cooler and much more thematic, so I might have to test something like that out. We're gonna try one button rotation with, oh shit, with the foot pedal is crazy. Havoc Demon Hunter is slightly getting buffed because they are underperforming as of right now that everyone's getting gear. Dalaran did a vid where he tested all the DPS one button assist. Yeah, I'm gonna be making an update video like that in a couple of weeks when they, you know, really fine tune it, rather than just initial tuning, because
it's going to change a lot.
Yeah, it's going to dramatically change. So I'm going to make a video like that too.
Chris, no healers are... Oh, you can't be a healer in that tournament.
Yeah. Interesting. Guardian Druid's getting buffed. They definitely need it. Feral's getting buffed as well. Augmentation got another 15% buff, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this feels like an every other week thing where we have a major discussion on augmentation. They're taking
at this rate, you know what's going to happen. By the time the end of the season comes, Aug is going to be back in the meta.
You have to understand, Aug is taking a nice little timeout until Blizzard figures out what to do. They did it in Legion with Demonology. Remember when Ian was literally saying, I think you brought it up the other day, like,
Warlords of Draenor, yeah. They said to people, we don't want you
playing Demo right now. Like, we have to figure it out. And then they figured it out, gave it a complete rework, and bada bing, bada boom. You know what I mean? So I think it's one of those situations. It's going to take some time. They're going to figure it out, going to work through it. And I think it'll be for the better for augmentation. Right now, they're just trying to somewhat make it playable without breaking the bank. Mage getting buffs. Retribution Paladin getting some decent buffs for single target. Holy Priest is getting buffed as well because they fucking hit the hammer on their head. And once again, for you Warrior Zugzugs out there, I'm talking about Max and Trojan, Arms, and Warrior Bladestorm damage getting buffed for AoE.
I'm noticing there's still zero shadow changes. It's funny.
Wait, what class? What was that?
Shadow Priest.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, I saw something that
never heard of him.
Second to last in boss damage.
Never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Yeah, Shadow's second to last in boss
damage. What's going on, baby? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are here on the Wednesday night Comeback City World of Warcraft weekly show, let's get some ones in the chat. It's time to get hyped, ladies and gentlemen. We're diving into the rest of this weekly cooldown news before we get into some of the bigger stuff. So hope you guys are excited. Let's get some ones in the chat, dude. If you want to help support the channel for free, get a second monitor on that Twitch chat. We have it pinned in the chat as well. Get it over there. Help us break that live viewer record. Really, really appreciate it. Inflate those numbers, baby. Get us up. Anyways, after the class tuning, we have some estimate on some sort of... Wait, what's going on with that black bar? What is this? It's an ad? Yeah, Wowhead, calm down, dude. We do have some percentage damage sort of changes. Unholy DK getting hit by 5% in AoE, which they have to continue to get nerfed in that Blood Beast. I think it's ridiculous, and they have to funnel it somewhere else. It's absolutely out of control. They either do way too much damage on a pull, or they just don't deal enough. You know what I mean? Night Terror, what's going on, baby?
Change its damage profile.
Yeah.
Take all of the damage out of that.
Demon Hunter getting buffed by 3.5. Feral Druid buff. Guardian Druid buff. Augmentation buff. Frost, Pally, Red Pally 6% single target's good. You have to remember, pure single target, they're second to last. They're literally slightly above Aug. And then it's Shadow Priest. Shout out Lance. Holy Priest got buffed, and then Arms from Fury Warrior got buffed in AoE by 5%. I don't think Arms needed the buff, but they gave it to him. They're trying to figure out if, that could be a potential spec to go. Zero, tuning in on the Twitch chat. Shout out to you guys on the Twitch chat, man, showing the extra love. Thank you guys so much. Max, by the way, also, if you guys are in guild in the game, yo, tell everyone to come to the stream. Tell them that we are live. We're just getting started. We have a big show ahead of us. Another hour and a half of going on with this whole thing. Get people in here.
Great segments coming up.
Max, hook us up, man. Dive into that guild chat. Tell everyone we are live. Let's get these viewers in here, baby. We bust our butts every week to get you guys a good show. Let's make it happen. Also, moving on now to the corruption enchants, because, ladies and gentlemen, they're still making updates to the corruption enchants that are about to go live.
By the way, still need to nerf the one and buff everything else.
Okay, so here's the situation that's going on. I don't know why that black bar keeps coming up. Here's the situation that's going on. The Void Ritual, the one that just gives stats, same thing with the Cersei Singlet, where it was the best one to pick, where you just get the mastery and all the stats. It was boring. They nerfed it again. Good. Now, at this point in the game, they're buffing everything else, nerfing that, and at this point, everything is about 1.5% max in line with each other.
That's cool.
So now at this point in the game, when it comes to corruption chance, exactly. Play whatever you want thematically that you feel fits right for your
Twisted appendage, baby.
Hell.
More tentacles for your boy.
Dude. I'm in for some 10 today and tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to be doing probably some Mythic Plus later, hopefully. But yeah, so everything's around a 1% change. Not bad. I really like that. And it's a lot better from the 7 to 10% difference that we were at a few weeks ago. And then beyond that, it was like 20, 25%. But still, though, technically, the raw stats one is the best. But then according to, or depending on what your spec is.
What is that?
Echoing Void, I think that's the melee one, I think. The AoE for the melee one. Either way, though, not bad. Not bad. And then there were even more data mine tier 2 sets, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
These are hot.
That came out of nowhere. Once again, data mine. Check out the
demon or that Death Knight one.
Oh, whoopsies. Whoopsies,
for those unholy Death Knights, that's a pretty set, huh?
Yeah, no, there's some really awesome stuff here. Really cool unholy DK set, all green here. Demon Hunter one. I love this that's the bluish silver one from Druid. That's insane. It's crazy because like Evoker gets really cool sets, but you can never fucking see them. I don't understand how this mathematically
Maybe in
happens.
Midnight they'll fix that, huh?
Maybe, man. Maybe, and then I'll be excited to play an all.
I mean, that's an insane set.
Dude, that's insane.
Honestly, that's one of the best mail sets they've ever made.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that on your dragon, but can't even wear it?
On your Hunter?
Hunter, I don't really like that one.
That's always been
Mage one's pretty cool. Monk is insane.
Yeah,
Paladin, of course, is insane. Priest is fucking cracked. I love that. That purple aesthetic right there is really nice. Rogue blue. I love blue rogue sets. Really, really good. And then Shaman's kind of mid. It looks a little bit too earthy. Warlock. I mean, it's okay. I like a dark.
Watch your mouth.
Black purple one. I think it's cool.
No, that color is.
I wish it was instead of light blue, maybe a red or purple.
I love that light blue when they use it on.
It is what it is. So definitely more tier 2 sets coming, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of cool stuff happening. I do want to check some of the stats right now going on for the War Within. I have not checked these. That's
exactly what it is.
So at this point, from week 8 to week 9, it was pretty much exactly the same. And I believe that says 109, like 109 at this point in the War Within. And that's at week 9. And I also want to check week 9 for Dragonflight by this point. 7, 8, 9.
God, you didn't show the Warrior set, for the love of God.
Really? I didn't? Oh my God. That just...
That's a sick set to show.
Yikes. Oh, Max is going to be pissed.
You did that to Max of all people? Like, why are you doing... And you didn't show Rogue either.
No, I showed Rogue. Fuck, Max is going to kill me. There's the Warrior set. Sorry about that, guys. My bad, dude.
As a Priest player, I don't want the tier 3 set updated.
I'm only human. But there's another Warrior set that's...
The other colors.
Yeah, the other original colors that's coming out as well. It's the best one out of the originals.
Yeah, by far.
Right there. It is insane. But yeah, going into this, I mean, the stats at this point are relatively the same. And you have to understand, guys, there were so many more players playing Dragonflight of the first week. 2.5 is fucking wild. Like, let's go now to... Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. 2.5. That's 20% more originally than they had. That means the retention is way higher. It's 20% higher.
And you know what's crazy? Dragonflight's calling card was its retention and how well it retained players.
Yeah. So that just goes to show the cadence they're working on and the content, everything that's going on is doing good. I smoked Sky on his Warlock. No, he did. But, I mean, listen, Chris, I will say, though, your fucking gear is diabolical. Sure, you beat me, and we also played a dungeon that was so good for you. Theater of Pain is great for Outlaw. In a Cinder Brew, it's different. I would be close to you. I still don't think I would outdamage you, but I would be close to you. Like, you're getting perfect amount of freaking mob pulls with 5 to 8 targets, okay? Let's settle down with the Theater of Pain pulls or whatever.
I said Chris, do you look at all?
But
yes, Max, he has all the luck here.
But absolutely, he's a disgusting outlaw pumper. The guy is next level. He's cooking me. Like, I'm not even going to sit here. Well, there was Motherload too. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm freaking out shooting this guy. He's a madman. He's for sure better than me, and I have no problem admitting that. Chris is a freaking outlaw god, okay? Anyways, moving on. This just goes to show that the player retention is insanely high and that goes after Season 1, Lance, where people were fuming with Mythic Plus being bad, the whole experience of, like, people wanting to quit and the anniversary event issues, the 0.7, you know, the Siren Owl people didn't really like. So people were looking for a reason to not play the game.
Yeah.
So that's why we had the initial slow start when it comes to the first week. But then the player retention is 20 to 25% way higher at this point in the game. It's incredible what's going on right now in the War Within. And I was talking to some people. They were saying that this is the first time they've ever played an expansion. Like, they're moving through the expansion. You know what I mean? They'd already quit by most of the expansion, whether it be Dragonflight,
100%.
Shadowlands, Wide, whatever, Legion, whatever.
I don't remember the last time I've played an expansion. Just like I haven't taken a break since the War Within started.
Absolutely, it's absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. But really, really good stuff. Very, very happy at this point in the War Within. I think though at this point, Lance, I think we're pretty good on the news, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get into the freakouts, man. All right, it's time for the full-on freakout, where we pull the wildest, saltiest, and most unhinged takes from the WoW community. From rage posts to Reddit meltdowns, nothing here is safe from the freakout. Let's get into it. I never missed it a day of my life, ladies and gentlemen. I never missed it a day of my life. Speaking of Legion, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the freakout.
The question is, look, someone asked, is the War Within the best X-Pack since Legion? For me, it certainly is, 100%.
That's so funny that you say that, because we got a nice little freakout for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is officially time for the most anticipated, crazy, dramatic, diabolical form takes and Reddit threads all across the internet, dude. First up, I miss Legion. Please take me back.
It's crazy. I feel like every time we're on this show, I talk about how much I love Legion, and then it just seemed right when I saw this forum post to add it.
Yo,
you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. You got to give me an honest answer. No bullshit. Do you guys miss Legion? Like, we got to think, what was the best parts of Legion, right? What was your favorite parts?
The ending was the best part, when you could target your legendaries. You know, you had, when RNG was a little bit lessened, was a lot better.
Absolutely.
The first month of Legion, by the way, was pretty ass.
First month of Legion?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't know that. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you guys want to help support the channel, get that Twitch chat going on both if you can, dude. We got the YouTube and the Twitch up, so if you guys, we got 45 people on the YouTube chat. Help us inflate those numbers, beat the girls over there trying to show off their knockers to get ahead of us, dude. Let's show the girls and their knockers what's up. We got the biggest boobs in the chat. Wait a second. I pulled back on. We got the biggest Wait a second. We got the biggest ding-dongs around, dude. Get that Twitch chat open. Help us on the second monitor. Let's get those numbers up. And let's get some ones in the chat if you're here, baby. Ready to lock and load.
I missed tonight, actually? Josh Weldon. Where the hell's he at?
I don't know. But get a second tab over there, guys. You can help us out for absolutely free. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wow, knockers is insane. So I miss Legion. This one says it's the best. Shout out to Tower Lee, first time chat. Go ahead and give it a follow if you want to. Best WoW. It's the best WoW expansion I've ever had, to be honest. Back at the time, it was like playing a sequel to WoW with how much it changed. It felt so fresh. I hope to see some groundbreaking stuff at Midnight. Not saying I don't enjoy the War Within, but hoping for something truly epic. And this person's also saying Legion's my favorite expansion. I miss the artifact weapon and the class buffs.
You know what's interesting about what he says, if you go back to the original post there, he wants to see some more groundbreaking stuff in Midnight. And I want to say this. The War Within is great, but it still feels like in the War Within, they're trying to fix the game still.
I agree.
A little bit, right? Like, they're still trying to course correct. Dragonflight definitely was a big course correction from Shadowlands.
Absolutely.
But I still think they're in the process of trying to steer the game into the next 10 years of what WoW is going to look like.
I agree.
Right?
I think Dragonflight was big on honing in the core parts of WoW. Complete rework of talent trees, right? That was such a good thing. And then they're updating and drastically changing Mythic Plus, subbing out affixes. You go into the War Within. Now we're changing other PvE things. We're adding delves. And now at this point, the 0.7 for the middle of the expansion, they're adding the affix delves, the what are they called? The supercharged delves.
Yep.
So there's a lot of things coming. And once again, like you're saying, it feels like a big set up for what is to come. Remember, this is a trilogy. A part of the trilogies, ladies and gentlemen, whether it be Dune, Star Wars, I don't give a shit what trilogy. The first one is always the setup. The second one is that home run hitter that everyone fucking loves. And then typically the third one is like, you know, the ending. It's the Return of the King. It's the Return of the Jedi. It's the end where it's controversial. Some people like it, some people don't. But it's the end. It's the wrap-up of that trilogy. So the second one is going to hit, and it's going to hit big.
If I had to put my money on what I think, like which of the trilogy is going to be the best expansion out of the three, I'd have to put it on Midnight.
Yeah.
I
think so too.
Going back to Wealth of Lost, that art alone.
Well, they have unlimited potential with that. They already have unlimited potential, and you think they're cooking right now with the War Within of just, you know, bringing stuff out. They have an idea of where to go, and not only that, Chris Metzen and most of the team that he's working with, they really didn't handle the War Within that much. The War Within was already...
They were already 10 months into production.
Yeah, come on, man.
By the time he even joined the team.
Yeah, come on. So you go into this new expansion, this shit is going to hit. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we need absolute help on Twitch. We got 22 viewers over there. We got to break that 30 viewer record. I need 8 more of you guys. If you can, get that second tab up. Get that viewer count pumping. We got to beat the T-Taz over there, if you guys know what I mean.
I'll say The Last Titan is definitely going to hit.
Marcus Brown, what's up, baby?
I feel like the setting in which is going to be taking place for Midnight is going to be hard to beat for a lot of people.
I love this take right here, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to Legion. Player power peaked in Legion. We were crushing everything. I was able to do Mythic Zeros alone, for example. Also, Class Fantasy peaked, so that felt really good. Super OP in full-on class immersion made for a great X-Pack. And it's true. Like, there's nothing wrong with the player feeling very strong, right? Of course, I think they had to tune it down because it got to a point where it was a little bit ridiculous, but it was fun, and it was awesome, and it's just what made the expansion great. Wow. Legion was what we needed after Pandarian WoD. It's true. Legion
when
was
in
top
doubt,
3.
by the way, pull out Illidan or Arthas. It's like a break glass in case of emergency.
Yeah.
People are going to really love that.
Absolutely, man. I absolutely agree. Yo, Max, by the way, don't forget to remind people in the guild, in-game, if you're in there, to get into the stream, help us out. Really appreciate the love. But no, it's true. I think Legion has incredible potential. I didn't miss Legion. I think there's a lot coming, though, for Midnight, and I think Midnight's going to have a...
Now, before you hit enter on this next forum, Freakout.
Okay.
I literally put this in there because this guy literally freaked out, and I think he might be an insane person. I wouldn't doubt if this post has been deleted. This guy's insane.
Oh, daddy. We might have the freak out of all freakouts, ladies and gentlemen. The World of Warcraft fallacy form quiz. You can't trust the demon... What the freaking hell?
Oh, it's a freak out.
You can't trust the demon hunter. They're unsophisticated, one-button troglodytes. I got kicked from a +2 by a group from Ragnaros. Never play with them. Someone hacked my account and stole my Brutosaur. You can't prove they did... Wait, what? Is this guy a psychopath?
Yeah.
Everyone uses Raider.io to determine who's a good player. Why change something that's worked for so long? If Blizz just removed the auction house, then we wouldn't have so many bots looking for Black Lotus. Finally, let us play the game. If we don't fix the one-button fiasco, then everyone will quit WoW. Trust me, if you don't /emote happy feet to Xalatath, no, this guy's a psychopath.
Yes. This was a real freak out.
No, this guy's a nutbag.
As a matter of fact, he's the whole reason we made this post. This whole segment is made for this guy.
Yo, can I get some RIPs in the chat for this guy's mental? Big RIP. Big
Holy
RIP.
crap.
This guy's a nutcase. I deserve mythic level gear. Oh my god. I'm a subscriber. Being subscribed means I deserve the... No, he's absolutely memeing. There's no way. This was one of you sons of bitches, right? You guys are setting me up.
You guys wanted us to have a good form freakout segment? Is that it?
There's no way. Hardcore players are all mean and arrogant. Everyone knows this. This mount is the best mount. It flies at the... What? I posted on the forum that I never get X mount, then I get that mount. Clearly, Blizz will increase your drop rate if you say something about the mount on the forums. What is going on? This guy is the most tinfoil hat psycho.
I told you, he's just lost it.
Oh my god.
It keeps going.
This guy's low-key a demon in hiding, trying to shit on demon hunters. I think he's low-key a demon from the Legion trying to just stir up trouble. And he doesn't really know what to do. So he's like inexperienced. He's just inexperienced raging. This is crazy. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have 26 viewers on Twitch. We're 4 away from the viewer record. If you guys want to help us out, get a second tab over on Twitch. Get that viewer count to 30. We officially break the record. That'd really help us out. Thank you so much. You can do it for absolutely free, baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wow, this guy is a nutcase. Blizz is spending too much money on player housing, so you're against role-playing? Got it. Go touch grass, Mr. No Life. Take a break. Go outside. Yeah, but you've been on the forum. What? Yo, what? He's having a conversation with himself?
Yes.
Oh my god, this guy's a psycho.
I love him.
Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we might have the crown of forum freakouts right here from Sangreal. Oh my god, this person's a nutcase. Where's the quiz? Just put the fries in the bag, man. Yeah, this guy's cooked. Darkest Night, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, baby. Appreciate it. Valkyr with the subscribe from Prime. Thank you so much, baby. Appreciate the love. It has to be a list of what others post. This is nuts. All the answers are true, right? Can I have your gold? Holy shit. Bingo, what did I win? Yo, this guy is a nut case. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is what happens when you literally play too much WoW. You just get brain rot.
I hate to be the guy to tell people they have to touch grass, but in this case, I think
oh my god,
his health might be in question.
This guy, he went off about so many different things, talking about how he deserves mythic gear. Oh my god. What? An article from Onion says 85% of Warcraft players live in basements. I know 6 people who play WoW and they live in their basements. Y'all are all the same. Yo, this guy's a nutbag. Yo, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're in Twitch, whatever, let's get some RIPs in the chat for this guy's mental. He has lost his freaking mind. This is a great form freakout. You guys did insane. Great job, Lance, for finding that one. Next freakout is me and Warcraft. You want to take this one?
Yeah. This is just my current thought. I'm a long-time WoW fan, have been playing since 2007. I've always been excited about the game and ready to go day one, but right now, this expansion in particular, can't even get myself excited enough to hit the install button.
Oh, shit.
Despite just having resubbed. The way things have been and what I have had, I don't know what that means.
What the fuck? What I have ahead, maybe? Doscar, what's going on, baby? First time chatting the fall. Appreciate the love, dude. Welcome to the show.
I just don't feel the love for this game like I used to. It once truly consumed my life, and I say that in a good way.
Oh, buddy.
Mobby something next expansion will get me. I do hope so.
Mobby's crazy to say.
Here's what I'll say about this. WoW is always better with community.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. I can't tell you, and I cannot stress this enough, ladies and gentlemen. I put out a video this week of like the 20 best things you can do that pro WoW players do. One of those things on the list was being a guild and being a community. Because I have never enjoyed World of Warcraft as in my 20 years of playing. In this stretch of time that I've been playing for like 6 to 8 months, I have never had more fun. I've always quit around the 3-month mark and wait till the next expansion.
We
I've
get
done
some
it every single
ones
time.
in the chat if you really enjoy the guild and the community that we have right now. Just some ones in the chat.
Ones in the chat. Ones in the chat if you enjoy the guild. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have 26 people over on Twitch, dude. We still need 4 more viewers on Twitch. I need your guys' help, dude. This is a call to arms, a call to action from our community, our guild, my friends, and some of you, my family. Get out there, get into the guild chat, get it on a second monitor, support the love. Let's break that 30 viewer count.
The community we have built. I mean, we've been running guilds since 2021.
Yeah, that's insane.
And we have never had a community where every single day I see people in voice talking, general chats buzzing all the time, raid, everyone's talking all the time.
It's true. It's so slammed right now, and we have over 850 people in the guild. 850 guys. We're 2 viewers away. Let's break that record, baby.
Yes, Max definitely has a lot to. Max, since he's been
Max is insane.
Has been a glue piece of the community. But I will say, who's been an even bigger glue for the community?
It's me, right?
There's 2 people who have been here since day 1, pre-patch of the War Within, Trojan, and Atrocity, aka Muerte.
Muerte, bro.
Those 2 motherfuckers, excuse my language, have been glue for this freaking guild. And I am very grateful to have them.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we officially got 31 viewers on Twitch. You guys are absolutely insane. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. Ring the horns, Lance. Ring the horns. If you're on Twitch or you're a member, let's get some huges in the chat, dude.
I think Izzy said something.
What? Wait, Izzy?
Yeah, Izzy said something in chat up a little bit.
Oh my god, it's
ago.
gonna make me cry. I don't see Izzy.
Up. I just realized.
Izzy! Oh my god, that's genuinely gonna make me cry. Oh man, I fucking miss Izzy. Fuck.
I don't know if he's still in the chat.
Yo, if you're still here, buddy, I want you to know I love you so much. Genuinely, more than anything on this entire earth. I love you so much. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's absolutely huge. We just broke a Twitch viewer record at 35 viewers. You guys are absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the love, baby. Yeah, man, once again, I think World of Warcraft, when it comes to a community, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. It's an MMO that slams and thrives when it comes to community.
Having a community, even if the War Within sucked, if you have a good community to do content with and people you enjoy playing with, it makes the game worth playing.
Izzy, you're insane. I don't know what that translates to, but I'll do it, whatever that means. Why are you making me dual box this right now? Yeah, you guys are dual boxing. Insane. What a guild. You guys are absolutely correct. Okay, then we got one more freak out of the day.
DJ, you missed it. You already missed us talking about that. You missed the insane drop like 30 minutes ago, bro. Come on. It was really insane, by the way.
Yeah, dude, that shit was cracked. They released all the information for 11.1.7, everything that's coming, what's going on, brand new delve stuff, story mode quests similar to what they did in Star Wars: The Old Republic, instant stuff. It's insane, bro. Yo, Izzy, I love you, buddy. Shout out to Chonkers, by the way. Shout out to Izzy and his lady. Hope you guys are doing well. God bless. I miss you guys so goddamn much, buddy. Really, genuinely, I love you infinitely. I love you, buddy. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Hey, Blizz. This is my... Regarding playing WoW? Do you want to take this one?
Yeah.
I can take it if you want.
No, I got it. Seriously, if I purchase the software and pay for the game time, that means I would rather spend more time in gameplay than studying how to play the game or how to do a stupid quest. Or do you own stock in Wowhead? No, seriously, if you have to spend the time in calculating that I need to do this on the second Tuesday of the blue moon to get this gear or do this profession, etc. Etc., etc.
This guy's starting
and
to
then
go
find myself
crazy.
Not in the next expansion, but next patch, totally having... Go down, I can't see.
Oh, my bad.
Totally having to redo because you changed the rules / gear / whatever else.
Oh, daddy.
Would you please expend some energy to make the game better so we could spend time in gameplay and not studying or playing catch-up?
Oh, shit.
Quality, not reaching for the carousel ring. Thank you.
Yo.
P.S. Ignore trolls.
P.S. I ignore trolls. This guy is a nutbag.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
No, you have to know what to say. Give me something here.
I mean, what is he... I don't know, man. Like, what are you studying?
This is absolute insanity. So you'll never see them coming. That's crazy. You have chosen the wrong game. WoW players have always relied heavily on outside sources for in-game information. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think World of Warcraft needs a lot of work when it comes to, you know, improving the in-game and dialing in on that and teaching people stuff. I love that, you know, maybe in the future we'll get something like that. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I mean, the community technically is the best part of WoW because everyone just knows each other. Everyone's feeding off of each other. Yeah. And it's like it's an ecosystem that thrives together. Now, I don't think Blizzard's doing something like this on purpose. I just don't think they give a shit to try to teach people these things effectively. I think they're starting to do better with like the Delve quest, trying to push you into Mythic Plus and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. This guy doesn't seem more like... He seems a little bit tough to be around. 2 out of 10. That's crazy. What exactly are you having issues with that you need all these guides? Is there something people here can try to help you with? I don't find myself needing Wowhead constantly. Sometimes maybe, sure, but it wasn't any different than back in the day with Thoughtbot or Alakazam. Yeah, I mean, also an MMO isn't meant to entirely teach you A to Z all the time. I think it's...
I mean, part of the fun is trying to learn things yourself sometimes.
No, for sure.
For some things, you know?
For sure. I mean, that's part of what an MMO is too, though. Let's not sit here and pretend like this isn't a game that's supposed to be so obvious on paper to where you know everything that's going on. Ladies and gentlemen, obviously, there's some confusing shit in World of Warcraft. We know that. We know that, and it's a pain in the ass sometimes.
Yeah.
But let's not sit here and pretend that there's not a bazillion resources out there to keep everyone up.
Just got a sub with the Prime.
Doskar with the Prime sub. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate the love. Yo, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a new animation ready and locked and loaded. If anyone orders a shirt, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not demanding shirt orders tonight at all. But I got a brand new animation that I've been working on, and I want to get you. I want you guys to check it out. So, if anyone's interested, check out the link in the description below. Very interesting, but there's so many tools out there to improve at playing World of Warcraft. There's so many third-party sites. Wowhead was created, not even funded by Blizzard. They're literally just doing it, and obviously they're making money in their own ways, but they're doing it because there's a route there. Drunk2 says, yeah, but it shouldn't be. Like, I can tell you right now, as a mentor in WoW, I can tell you so many new players are using Wowhead. Nah, for sure. There's absolutely so many people using Wowhead. The game is self-explanatory. I don't know about self-explanatory. I don't think that's true.
Some things are definitely not. Like, honestly, the gear upgrade system, definitely not.
No, yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so. And Thoughtbot, yeah, I agree. I don't know. I do think there's some interesting things he says here, but a lot of this I don't exactly agree with. I think the fact that there is a strong community, everyone goes and comes together to do shit and work together, that's what still makes WoW great. Like, if everything was so on the nose, there would be a lot of lack of content from these creators out there. There's a reason why these are all posted on the forums and main things from Wowhead rather than some weird Battle Pass news article popping up on your fucking screen every 2 seconds of what's about to come out, like they do with SWTOR and all these other games. It kind of breaks immersion as well, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. That's my personal opinion, though. I could be wrong. Could not be. Either way, I don't really care anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, you want me to completely real with you? In my opinion, Lance, I think we can all agree, fuck the forums, fuck the news. It's time for a debate, baby.
All right, welcome to the Hot Take Debate, where each week we pull a spicy, outrageous World of Warcraft opinion, and Lance has to defend it no matter how bad it is. And me, I'll be on the other side, tearing it down and calling out the nonsense. At the end of the day, it's up to you, the viewer, to decide, was it actually facts or just pure nonsense? This is Hot Take Debate.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen, you guys heard, man. You guys heard the intro. The segment has officially started. It's time for a serious debate, and let me tell you something. This is a freaking spicy one. A lot of people may disagree. A lot of people may agree. So we're going to have to check it out right now on the show, because this one's serious. Let's check out the debate topic of the night. It is Wrath of the Lich King is nostalgia bait and mid.
Damn, Sky, Sky, you know, I feel like you're always stacking the deck against me. You make me defend these topics that are...
Shit. Listen.
Whether I believe them or not, people feel very strongly about Wrath.
Ladies and gentlemen, you gotta let me know right now. Do you think Wrath of the Lich King is nostalgia bait? And it was overall a pretty mid-fucking expansion. I gotta hear it right now, whether it be in the YouTube comments or in the live streams right now. You guys gotta let me know. So you're defending that Wrath of the Lich King is nostalgia bait.
That's how this works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Damn. I might be fucking defending that too, because I might actually agree.
No, but you can't defend it. There has to be you have to go on the other side.
Is there
Otherwise,
anyone?
It's not a debate.
Is there anyone that thinks Wrath is like a really epic debate that wants to come on here real quick? Because
Listen, here's what I'll say.
Oh man, I love you, Izzy buddy.
Listen, outside of, if you take out people's love for Warcraft 3 and their love for the characters who are so prominent in Wrath of the Lich King,
Yeah.
like outside of ICC and Arthas, How much do people really love Wrath of the Lich King?
I need people to tell me why they love Wrath of the Lich King, not why they hate it.
Why do you love Wrath?
Yo, first...
Outside, hold on, I don't want to hear Arthas and Ice Crown Citadel, though.
Yeah, that's obvious. That's too on the nose. What makes Wrath of the Lich King an amazing, amazing expansion? Aesthetically, Northrend is peak. Okay. I think the zone feel and music and tracks and the story was great. You can't take that away.
I actually think continent-wise,
Don't say
Northrend
it.
is the worst continent that they've ever added.
Man, come on. Fuck the debate. That's crazy to say. It's the worst content they've ever added. Bro, there was some shit. I didn't like Dragonflight's content at all. I thought it was hot dog.
Well, you're just wrong.
I thought Azure Span was cool.
Outlands, better.
I agree.
than
Outlands.
Northrend.
Let's go through it. Outlands better.
Nagrand, definitely better than any zone in Wrath.
Any zone?
Zangar Marsh, fucking banger.
No, Ice Crown was awesome as a zone. It was awesome. I don't know if you did the quest there, the story quest.
You brought up Ice Crown as the best zone in Wrath.
Don't say Grizzly
Is
Hills.
Grizzly Hills.
No, it's not the best zone. That's fake. That's fake news. Grizzly Hills is great for the track. The quest design are mid as shit. I did all the quests in there.
Yeah, but it's not even about... you can't look at it about that. It's like, where do you want to fucking hang out in?
No, it's not about hangout. It's about story, quest design, the theme, and where it's leading. There was no raid in Grizzly Hills. Was there? No.
No. I love the raids, dungeons, and zones. I mean, outside of... Okay, Ulduar's good. Ice Crown outside of the Lich King is actually kind of a mid-raid. Ulduar's pretty cool. Naxxramas blows!
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest. This might be a hot take, and you guys got to let me know if you agree. Naxxramas is a freaking cheeks raid. That shit is so boring.
Wrath of the Lich King Naxxramas is awful.
It is so boring. Classic, I think it's cool in the sense that it's the final raid. It's cool.
It was literally better in vanilla.
Yeah, it was better in vanilla. Everything felt way more impactful. But in Wrath, yo, Izzy, I don't know if you remember. Oh my god, that shit was boring. I remember me and all my boys, after the first run, we were getting ready for the second week, and we were almost dreading it. I thought the other raids with Azure Ghost and the other dragon, I thought they were more cool.
Bro, I was literally week 2 of Naxxramas being like, bro, I don't want to go.
Yeah. I didn't like it. That logic, if you get rid of Warcraft and you get rid of WoW, the whole game is a nostalgia grab. Is World of Warcraft a nostalgia grab in 2025?
I mean, you can't say that after Wrath, it's not.
It was all brand new to me, so everything felt amazing. Yeah, I guess you're kind of right.
Trial blue. Stop, Max.
Trial was ass.
Yeah, that's
actually one of the worst raids people.
I mean, the only raid. Don't get me wrong.
Mid-range.
TBC has a worse raid in Highjaw.
Oh, I see what Max is doing.
Ass.
Max is so smart, bro. Philly Rhino said, I would rather quest in Grizzly Hills over and over again than save Corky in Nagrand any day of the week. Oh, shit. Goblin, right? Is Corky the goblin who crashed in Nagrand?
But
near the worms and
But now are you talking about just the way you feel about Nagrand as a zone? The questing there is awesome. You just get to go and kill all these animals. 20 here, 20 there. You go, you do your lap.
Oh no, I'm thinking Blade's Edge.
No, Blade's Edge is pretty ass. That's the worst zone in TBC.
There was some decent quest in Blade's Edge, I thought. But it was pretty terrible, I will say. I agree, that was the worst one. Northern is thematic. It's not good, but it's WoW as F. Northern and ICC are everything WoW is about. I do agree. I think it screams World of Warcraft prototype. I do. I really agree.
Because of Warcraft 3.
Because of Warcraft 3. The Shadowmoor quest was so good. Sure, go back in the raid, do it 10 times.
It's cool. No. That is a great... That's
sure.
It's the best quest line for a legendary, for sure, 100%.
I did it on my paladin, the most of it, until the very last step, and then I just didn't want to do it anymore because I got bored.
It's awesome.
It was cool. It was very, very cool. But the debate is Wrath of the Lich King nostalgia bait in mid? Okay, going into Wrath of the Lich King back in what, 21 or 22?
22, yeah.
21, 22, whatever the year was. Going back into it, it was the first time I was ever going to really experience it as a somewhat adult. And I'm going to be honest, after about 2 weeks of the like Wrath of the Lich King going live, it felt I was bored. I thought it was overhyped. I thought the leveling was so boring, and it took 4, 5, 6 hours a level. It was killing me. It was exhausting. Not only that, once you start getting into those classic end games, you realize there's not much content to do. So you're like, okay.
I mean, that's just classic in general.
Yeah, it's classic in general, but I was like, okay, so what do I do? Maybe make another character. I was like, let me try making another character. I leveled up twice, and I was like, yeah, this is taking way too long. 4 hours a level is, oh my god, it's torture. When we're talking about 4 tough hours, like
Northern,
you're busting ass.
Northern was not, it wasn't a good
The quest
leveling
design
experience.
in Northern was gruesome. It was gruesome, I'm going to be honest. It was really, really, really tough. I didn't like it at all. I mean, it is what it is.
Not only that, but you know what else? I felt like the dungeons, and the dungeons just weren't good. Outside of, for me, Coaling was great.
I didn't like the dungeons at all.
But I just didn't like those. I don't know what it was. I will say I enjoyed PvP in Wrath. We really fucked with PvP in Wrath.
Yeah.
We did a lot of arenas together, but that's not enough to make me say it's a good expansion.
Yeah, no. I think at the time it was great for what it is. But going back on it and re-experiencing it, after experiencing like classic NTBC, and then experiencing also more of retail and diving into what that offers, it was like a weird mix of between.
Celeste is right. People like it because of the vibe and the story. 1, fighting the Scourge, badass.
Love it.
On its own.
10 out of 10.
Already badass. 2, Arthas is the most iconic.
Gotcha, buddy.
In maybe not even just WoW, in all of MMORPGs, Arthas is the most iconic character.
Thank you, Wayside. Appreciate
Right?
the love.
And there's no denying the
Thank
fact
you,
that Arthas is the coolest character in WoW. They've never built anyone up to be as cool as him. They likely never will,
No.
just as a villain.
I never will.
Because you also sympathized with
They were
him.
building them up. In
years.
Warcraft games, and then
Yeah,
through Classic,
no, I
there
mean,
were
he had
still
a
hints
whole-
of everything going
He had all
on.
Warcraft 3, and it was, and even vanilla built up to it. And then, by the way, going into Outlands, the only reason, like, don't forget, Illidan got his ass whooped by Arthas and had to escape to Outland.
Yeah, he ran like a little dirty dog.
So it's like, okay, yeah, it's all.
We
it
know
all
what's
led to
going
that.
on, baby. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are here on a Wednesday night in the Comeback City show, weekly show, let's get some ones in the chat. It's time to get hype. We're officially at 29 live viewers on Twitch. We're absolutely pumping. We got 41 of you guys over on YouTube as well. We're blasted. I appreciate the love and support. If you guys are in game right now, message the guild. Let them know we're live. Get that tab up. If you even want to mute it and not hear my annoying squeaky voice, let's get that going as well. Appreciate
Rob,
the love,
but
man.
I played it back then too, and yeah, the hype because it was new and it was Arthas and it was Northern was great. But actually, I think you could compare it even more now when
The nostalgia bait
it's not
is
the nostalgia. The luster of what it is gone, and you could look at it. Okay, I just played vanilla and did all that and the end game content there. Okay, I just did TBC and I played from Karazhan all the way to Sunwell. Did all that. Okay, now I'm going to Wrath. It opens up with Naxxramas. Holy shit, what a letdown. I will say this though. Ulduar is better than any raid in TBC. Ulduar is special.
Ulduar. Okay, hold on though. Ulduar is incredible. I went through Ulduar and it's dope. Don't get me wrong, it's badass. But let me tell you something also. That raid takes such mental determination to finish. It's so fucking big and it is so fucking long. It's insane. By the way, if you guys want to check out the CBK merch, we're linking it in the chat right here. We have a brand new animation to post. And if you guys are interested, listen up because we got a message for you.
Okay, the wait is over, ladies and gentlemen. The first official merch drop from the Comeback Kids is here. We've got 2 classics, our clean and bold Comeback Kids logos, but we also got the real deal. Our very first limited edition exclusive one-time drop, the Retro Goblin Comeback Kids design. And once this shirt is gone, it's gone for good. Don't wait too long because we don't want you missing out. Hit the link in the description below to head on over to the site and grab your merch to rep the Comeback Kids in style today.
Boom, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. You guys heard the freaking ad, dude. If you guys want to show some love, get something in return. We're not asking for free donations. We're not asking for handouts. I'm not some beggar on the side of the street looking for you to help me out and pay my bills. No. I want to give you something directly right at your doorstep, handmade in studio.
Hell yeah,
by your boys here from the Comeback Kids.
Them ourselves,
if
baby.
you guys are interested, we have limited edition merch, and we have a very little supply.
Goblin, I think we have less than 10 left officially.
I think we have like less than 10 left. I agree. We'll have to do a recount officially, but
once the goblins are sold out, they are sold out. We are not selling any more, by the way.
It's
I wanna make that
limited
clear.
edition. Time to swipey the credit
Or
card.
you know what, maybe should we keep just one in case we get close to selling out? Keep one for the winner of the dueling tournament.
Or I mean, sure, whatever. I'll do that. Sure got here today. Thanks. Yeah, so if you
hell
guys are
yeah.
interested, go check it out. We have so many people buying shirts. I think we've gotten over 50 something orders
Something
at
like
this
that.
point between
I
all
don't even
three
know
designs.
I don't even.
But we've been, last stream we pumped out 10 different shirts. It was insanity. So if you guys want, check it out. Absolutely banging. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, really quick, is Wrath of the Lich King? We need a final determination right here in the chat. I need all you guys on YouTube, Twitch, in the live chat. Is Wrath of the Lich King at this point now nostalgia bait? And it's a little overhyped now that we're down the line in terms of World of Warcraft. I need you guys to tell me right here, right now. This is it. The hot take debate. Final what is it? Final what? Final judgment?
Final judgment. I like
That's
that.
it. Yeah, okay. Go for it. Go right now, ladies and gentlemen. Go.
I'll say this, though.
Go.
I do want to say this. Yogg Saron, great boss. Oldawar, one of my favorite raids of all time. ICC, outside of the Lich King, is a mid-ass raid.
Oh,
Oldawar is the best raid in Wrath.
Oldawar is awesome.
Also, we got a healer legendary in Oldawar, which
the mace, right?
I mean, fuck.
That's pretty cool.
I can't hate on that.
That's pretty cool. Nostalgia, and it had its time. Hell nah, was sick content. Okay. Bait and mid. Oh, damn. A lot of people are saying it's bait. Oh, shit, chat. Is it bait? Is Wrath of the Lich King nothing but bait?
Well, here's the thing. The thing about Wrath of the Lich King 2 is most people started playing the game during Wrath, so it is their vanilla for a lot of people. You know, that's when the most people were playing. It was the peak of the game. So that's...
What a chat, Izzy. Thank you so much, buddy.
That's one thing. That's one thing about it, is that it's... So that's why Warmane has the most, because it was a lot of people's vanilla, so they're going and playing it. Also, a lot of people are playing it, which leads to more people playing it. Whatever. I'm rambling.
And whatever. Yeah, enough of your rambling, Lance. With numbers. Go ahead.
I'm already doing that.
You son of a... But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on right now. I think at this point, a lot of people decided it is a bit baity, but it is not a mid expansion overall. They enjoy the expansion. I will say this 100%. I do think Wrath of the Lich King was nostalgia bait. It cooked my ass so bad. I overhyped that expansion heading into 2021, 22, whenever it released. I overhyped it to the moon. I thought it was the end-all, be-all expansion of all expansions. I was so bored after 2-3 weeks. I don't understand. Now, could it have been because of my community? Sure. The community was not strong at all. It was probably at an all-time low. Everyone they weren't really into the whole community thing like it is now. And that maybe could be affecting why I think War Within is one of my favorite expansions of all time now. It's in my top 3 for sure, without a doubt. Depending on what they do with this last patch, we'll see if it's one of my favorites, top 2. But we're going to have to see. I think overall, personally, to a lot of people, it was technically nostalgia bait. They don't think it's mid. What do you think, Lance? What's your final synopsis, judgment, call of it?
I think it's 100%. It is mid.
Oh, shit. It's a hot take debate, ladies and gentlemen. Lance officially just said Wrath of the Lich King is mid.
I mean, for me, it's better than Cataclysm was. It's better than Shadowlands. Better than BFA.
Is it better than WoD?
Yeah, of course.
To you?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
Because the PvE content was good, and I still enjoyed PvP.
Okay.
But it's not better than the War Within for me.
Yeah, no.
Definitely not better than my GOAT TBC.
What about Legion?
It's not better than, definitely not better than my second GOAT Legion.
Okay, so what about Mob?
No, not better than Mob.
So it's really not that good of an expansion if it's already 4 behind off the top of your head. It's not better than Classic, not better than TBC,
it's
not
just
better than
better
Mob.
than all of the bad expansions.
Okay, so it's mid. That's it. It's middle of the pack. It's just mid. Let's go down the line.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, answer these questions right now. Is Wrath of the Lich King better than Legion?
No.
I'm going to save us the time. No.
Fuck no.
Is
fuck
it
no.
better than TBC, the Burning Crusade? Is Wrath of the Lich King better than the Burning Crusade? You got to answer now. Twitch chat, YouTube chat right now. Sandwich says nah. Baka says nah. Valkyrian says nah. Hell no. No, no, no. Yes, more accessible. Wrath of the Lich King overall. Wow, Keats with a hot take right there.
I mean, listen, if you enjoy it, that's cool.
TBC is
but,
the best classic X-Pack. I agree. Now, it's not better than Legion. It's not better than TBC. Is it better than original classic World of Warcraft?
No shot.
This is the top 3. These are always the top 3s. Is it better than original classic World of Warcraft?
No.
He says, F no, no. A couple people say yes. A couple people say yes. Okay. So that's where we start to see the divide there. So TBC and Legion, I didn't get one yes. But Classic, we have some divide. So I think that's where it starts for a lot of people. Personally, for me, I don't think it's better than Mob. I don't think it's better than TBC. I don't think it's better than Legion. I don't think it's better than Classic. Those are 4 I would instantly put ahead.
Max, you didn't play Legion.
I would say personally, from my level of enjoyment, I would say that right here, right now, I feel The War Within is better in my opinion.
We just got an order.
Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, it's officially started. Ladies and gentlemen, Izzy, ring the horn. Ring the horn. Let's get some huges in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. We officially just got our first shirt order of the night, baby. Absolutely insane. Let's get some huges in the chat. Let it ring. The Comeback Kids officially just got a shirt order, baby. We got an order. Let's lock it in, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually here. We're pumping. We're not just kids anymore, Dad. It's not a phase. People are buying my shirts. I'm not going to go broke and hungry.
Rob, I don't think that's true. I think if you played even the classic version of these expansions, to say that your opinion like isn't valid is just not true. And by the way, I played those expansions back in those times too. Yeah, I was a young kid, but I still played them. But you know, you definitely have, like, your opinion is valid if you played them back in Classic, and maybe even more so because it's more fresh.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning the stream right now, you have to let us know right now. This is the hot take debate of the night. It's where me and Lance go head to head debating on a really tough topic that no one really wants to talk about because it's going to be tons of conflict. Is Wrath of the Lich King nostalgia bait as an expansion, and is it mid overall? In my personal opinion, I'm going to let you know right here, right now, I think it's nostalgia bait. We went back in there back in 21, 22. I was bored after about 3-4 weeks of time. I quit and I never looked back. I never logged in again. I was bored out of my mind. By the way, the second phase, which was the
Old War.
Was it Old War?
Yeah.
Or I thought it was
No, after next comes Old War.
Really? I forgot. Wow. Okay, well, I guess the second phase didn't even catch me.
TOGC, and then it's
Trial of the Crusader was
Crown.
absolute ass. I think it's one of the worst raids ever. They rehashed Nax, so that's 2 tiers right there that are, in my opinion, pretty fucking boring because, you know, once you actually experience Nax Raymond's in classic like vanilla, I didn't want to do it again in Wrath. Right or wrong?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're playing, there is nothing more epic than that fight with Arthas. You gotta give for anyone could say whatever the fuck they want about Wrath. Fighting Arthas when he kills you and then
epic.
He gets killed with the
epic.
The Ashbringer and the whole
freezes you.
Yeah, whatever.
But it is one of the most story-driven, cinematic, epic fights of all time. 100%. There's nothing that's gonna change that. But a fight doesn't make an expansion, Lance. Story sure helps make an expansion, but that's why I also think Wrath of the Lich King is nostalgia based.
It's held up by its story and by Arthas. And Old War being maybe the best raid of all time.
Yeah, but you have to understand, Keats, that someone is the most legendary character, in my opinion, of all of World of Warcraft. I'm a paladin sucker for Tyrion forgery. He's an absolute shad.
Yeah, but it is kind of fitting that he dies by the Ashbringer, right?
Wrath of the Lich King changed the fundamentals of the game more than Kata. Kata,
Yes.
shit, this is an easy debate. I don't think this is a hot take debate. Kata is so blech. It is the ugly redheaded stepchild Frankenstein abomination of retail and classic tried to combine into one, and they didn't really find that line yet until MoP, where MoP really made things feel like retail.
Cataclysm heroic dungeons are fire.
Sure.
Them shits are hard.
I didn't
them
say
shits
that.
Are cool.
But I mean in the sense of gameplay, it's...
I mean, by the way, there's good and bad in any single expansion. I could go to I could go and name from Classic to War Within and name you good things about every single one.
Sure, but we're talking about overall expansion, feel, story, design, raids,
Yes, Kata
tiers.
PvP is better than Wrath. You're right, 100%.
I agree. Wrath was still cheeks. Wrath, I played a lot. No.
It's fun.
I played a lot of Wrath of the Lich King PvP.
Yo, it's really fun if you're a holy paladin and a
An
warrior.
arms warrior or a
Death
DK.
Knight,
Yeah, sure, man.
Really fun.
Sounds great.
Really fun.
Do I
Wrath.
really want to do that? No, that shit's boring and it's ass.
But yeah, I mean, I think we have our answer for this one. I think it's time to go take a trip somewhere.
Take a trip. Wait, ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting a call from the producer right now. Yeah? Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go back in time. We're going to take a trip down memory lane.
All right, let's take a quick stroll down memory lane where we revisit iconic moments from WoW, old YouTube gems, and the legendary clips that shaped the game we all fell in love with. Now, let's jump right into it.
Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, top 10 funniest World of Warcraft commercials. Time to lock in, get it together, get the popcorn. Time to take a trip down memory lane because it's some old stuff that we grew up on together as friends, family.
Did just get another order.
Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen.
So you do have to play that
All right.
animation again.
Ladies and gentlemen, ring the horn. Let's get some huges in the chat. That's 2 shirt orders on the night. 2 shirt orders on the night, baby. 3 more orders. We make it live here on the stream. And you already know how it goes. The Comeback Kids officially just got another shirt order, baby.
I can't get home at 2 a.m. again, please.
Bango, bongo. It's not up to me. It's not up to Lance. It's not up to Star. It's up to the community.
Bro, I can't get home at 2 a.m. again. I gotta be up
Ruin
at
my
6.
night. Ruin my relationship, you assholes. Do not order more shirts. I'm straight baiting you, not with nostalgia, but clickbait. Don't ruin my life. I'm just trolling. Please do not order 3 more shirts. I'm absolutely begging you. I don't want to be here making shirts tonight. I'm tired and I want to keep my life going. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a trip down memory lane where we go through old nostalgic YouTube videos, clips, concepts, trailers.
Oh! The 420 Batman.
Holy shit, 420 Batman with our 10 out of 10 freaking prime count. That is insane. What a way to make it. That is absolutely epic. Woohoo! Drunk Dude, what's going on, baby? He's back here on YouTube. So we're here in the memory lane. We're going to dive through the older stuff. Let's get the first one going of tonight, which is the 10 funniest World of Warcraft commercials. Let's lock it the F in. Let's go, baby.
Can't change the world of Warcraft.
Who remembers
You ain't
this?
No computer hacker. Well, answer me this, suckers. How do you explain the Mohawk grenade?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, wherever I go, I'm making Warcraft look good.
Holy shit.
So don't give me no back talk.
Yo, what a good
ad.
ad.
Free at Warcraft.com.
I mean, this is when Warcraft
Find a
ruled
night
the
elf
world,
Mohawk
right?
in
Oh,
World of
what a good
Warcraft
ad.
and claim your Mohawk grenades.
Rated T for teen.
I'm Mr. T and I'm a night elf Mohawk. What's your game?
He's not even a night elf
I'm
warrior.
Mr.
He's a
T,
Mohawk.
and this is my night elf Mohawk.
Cut. T, there's no such thing as a night elf mohawk.
Shut up, fool! Like
That's
I was
crazy.
saying, my Mohawk storms through mighty forests on his frost saber. My Mohawk.
T, it's a warrior, not a mohawk.
Well, maybe Mr. T hacked the game and created a Mohawk class. Maybe Mr. T's pretty handy with computers. Had that occurred to you, Mr. Condescending Director?
He said, Mr. Condescending Director, he said, has it ever occurred to you that I made my own class because I'm techie? I made a night elf Mohawk class.
Insane.
I'm Mr. T and I'm a night elf Mohawk.
That
What's
is
your game?
crazy.
World of Warcraft. Try it free at trywarcraft.com.
Yeah, I mean, these were genius, man.
These are epic. Oh,
this is-
shit.
Norris is a hunter, but Chuck Norris does not hunt. Hunting would imply the possibility of failure.
He's so close to getting manga.
I mean, they had to have made this just because of Baron's chat, right?
Look at this. I love this right here.
This is just because of Baron's chat. They got him to do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's slow this down 25% here.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Insane! He's fucking him up! He's fucking him up, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit, let's get some RIPs in the chat for that guy. He's getting clapped by Chuck Norris. That's
shit.
insane.
Because Chuck Norris allows them to live.
Oh,
I'm Chuck Norris, and I approve this game.
World of
insane.
Warcraft.
Yeah,
Try it
Baron's
free
chat
at
made that
warcraft.com.
happen. That's
What's
when
your game?
Blizzard, Sky, that's when Blizzard would let memes,
oh God, yo,
they
guys.
let memes determine marketing.
Yo, guys, how many of you remember going to the store to buy your faction-specific Mountain Dew? Oh my God, I remember I was so young and I begged my mom.
Bro, we would piss her off so bad.
I begged my mom. I'm like, please, I have to go because at the time I was playing Alliance with Lance. We were just Alliance only. I'm like, please, I have to get the blue Mountain Dew.
Bro.
I have to. I have to know what it tastes like. I have to represent my faction. Screw the Horde. How many of you guys remember that? Dude,
Bro, that
this
was big.
was insane. Oh my God. You remember getting that?
We risked ass whoopings to get that.
Dude, it had to happen. The Mountain Dew Code Red. I'm still peeing from the dew. That's insane. Gamer fuel for sure. This was epic. This was absolutely epic. Yeah, by the way, the Horde did taste better, by the way.
Well, the Horde was just Code Red, which is just delicious.
Yeah, it was,
so.
it's fucking delicious. I love this. Two girls, of course. They're gonna do that. They're genius. Oh shit. Look at that.
Got him.
Holy shit. Nice.
Now we're talking, baby. Oh shit. Bro, money to spend apparently.
World of Warcraft. Try it for
What?
free at warcraft.com.
He literally didn't even say anything about him dancing because
Yeah.
Mr. Bean was so big at the time. They literally just had him dance on screen and say, "Hey, this is World of Warcraft." That's fucking hilarious.
They just had money to burn, clearly.
It's not easy being
Oh,
an
this is
orc.
great.
My friends used to make jokes like,
She's an awesome actress.
"Orc,
She's
the other
funny as
white
shit."
meat," or "put an orc in it." I told them I'd throw them into the depths of rage fire chasms. They thought I was bluffing.
That's crazy.
I've never faked an orc chasm in my life.
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at warcraft.com.
That is
I'm
crazy.
Aubrey Plaza and I'm an orc. What's your game?
She killed it.
Just when I thought I was out.
She killed it as that nerd gamer girl. That was awesome. Again.
Yeah. By the way, she
Show-
actually played the game.
Now show me in 0.25 speed. Let's watch this again. I'm just kidding.
They pulled me back in.
Join 11 million players online as the hunt for the Lich King begins. World of Warcraft. Try it free at warcraft.com.
Simple.
What's your game?
Dude, these ads were epic.
I love this one.
And I'm a shaman.
William Shatner. Holy
I'm
shit.
a conduit of the ancient forces of nature. You're no doubt wondering, hey, Shatner, how do I hurl bolts of lightning? Simple. Get World of Warcraft, dog. You can be anyone you want. I'm William Shatner, and I'm a shaman.
Oh my God, it's
What's
Bill.
your game?
World of Warcraft. The #1 online game. Try it for free at
Yo,
warcraft.com.
they just had money to burn. This one's epic.
I'm the Prince of Darkness.
This was the best one.
This one's insane.
Cut. The Lich King is the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy.
Well, maybe you're the one who's been riding a crazy train, but I've been the Prince of Darkness since 1979.
There can be only one Prince of Darkness.
World of Warcraft. Try it for free at
That is
warcraft.com.
crazy.
What's your game?
Yo, they're pumping
My name
out.
is Vern Troyer.
This
I
was
live
a
in
good
Hollywood,
one, too.
California.
This was
And I'm a
epic.
mage.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
A master of the arcane. There are 9 million players in the World of Warcraft. It's huge, like my mage. I'm Vern Troyer, and I'm a mage. What's your game?
Yo, that's epic.
World of Warcraft.
Hell
the #1
yeah.
online game. Try it
Hell
for free
yeah,
at
these
warcraft.com.
were great to see. Yo, I can't believe I forgot about the Code Red, the Aussie one.
Oh my god. I didn't forget about the Night Elf Mohawk. That's an obvious one, but I forgot about this one too. Wow.
Forgot about Chuck Norris?
Yeah, I don't even remember this Chuck Norris one. That was the first time I remember like actually viewing it.
That's
Holy
crazy.
shit. Do you guys remember going to get those Mountain Dew? I don't know why I'm still on that. Because it was such a badass thing. Like, a way to just still inflict civil war, even out in the world. Like, I'm drinking the blue one. You're drinking the red. Suck me.
Yeah.
Eat it. Hi, babe. Sky, do you remember when you were cool? No, I don't. There was only one time.
Long ago.
Fresh out. Out of juvie. Fresh out. Cornrows in my hair.
Arr.
Tough. Thick as nails. I ran the clink out in juvie. I ran the clink. Nah, I didn't run the clink. Yo, everyone say what's up to Star. That is my lady in the chat. Say what's up. Oh, look at you guys. You guys are all so cool saying what's up already. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the love, man. But wow, no, I miss these. I missed when WoW was just running the world. Like, back when it wasn't just like, hey guys, let's shit on the game because it's fun to do so. No, like, let's talk about the game.
I'll be completely
because
honest
it's awesome.
with you. I think if, like, content creators and YouTube wasn't such a big thing, the mass majority of people would still be pretty pretty positive about the game.
You gotta understand now, though, at this point, it's now the meta to shit on WoW. Like, it's become the meta.
Bro, if you make a video shitting on the game, you just get more views.
No, absolutely. What do you mean? That always happens. When I was shitting on SOD, when I was getting ready to quit, I was getting ridiculous views.
Yeah.
But it also was just ruining my mental. I hated it. It was lame as shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But wow, that was awesome. That was a really great segment. Let's hold the other one, because I still want to hold it for the next week. Oh, the mailbox. Oh, this is going to be sick, ladies and gentlemen. We got a great one for you here. I hope you guys are ready, dude. It's time to dive into the community segment, the Mailbox Mayhem.
Hey, welcome to Mailbox Mayhem, where we pull the wildest YouTube comments and live chat messages from you all. The takes are hot, the questions are questionable, but yes, Lance reads all of them. Now, let's dive into the mailbox.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Mailbox Mayhem, where we go through all of your YouTube comments, Discord stuff, get screenshots, and talk about it on stream with you guys, because we want to hear your thoughts on everything going on in Warcraft the last couple weeks or week. Lance, any idea what's happening this week with the Mailbox Mayhem?
You know, can't say there's any freakouts too bad this time around.
Okay,
but
okay.
There's some good comments here, I think.
Okay, cool. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 shirt orders away. If you guys want to go show some love, we will make your shirts live on stream here tonight in the studio and ship them out as early as we can. If you guys are interested, make it happen. We already got 2 shirt orders out of 5, and we're pumping tonight. I appreciate the love and support. The link is down in the description, but I will also, just for you guys, just out of the kindness of my little baby heart, I will send you guys the link. If you guys are interested, just check it out. I'm not asking for you to buy it. Just check it out. We've had over 50-something orders. Everyone's happy. We haven't had one complaint. Maybe it's just a guild thing. Maybe people are being biased because they're in our guild. But check it out. I hope you guys are really enjoying it. These are the shirts we're wearing right now. We print them live in studio here. Check it out. First one up. Some classes are very hard to master. But when you actually can play any class, you can actually play any class casually if you don't care about rushing AOTC or 3K IO.
Yeah, and I think that's true. I mean, you know, certainly if you get good at your class, you could play your class to AOTC skill level. You could play it to maybe not 3K IO. Might get hard to get into some of those groups, but
I agree.
You know, you could definitely get your 2K, maybe even your 2.5K with just about any class pretty easily, I would say.
No, I agree. Absolutely. Let's get something very straight, ladies and gentlemen. We do these tier lists. We do these breakdowns, best classes to main, safe classes, whatever. You can get any class in the game, technically, to 3K IO because it's technically being done by players every day. It's being done. But even then, you can play any class to clear full heroic raid and do all 10s and 11s in Mythic Plus. That whole skill ceiling thing of like, oh, I can't do this because of XYZ, it's bullshit because technically it's being done out there for every class and spec in the game, even augmentation. There's augmentations on the ladder clearing 14s, 15s. It's technically being done. So you can play any spec, any class in the game. It's all bullshit. You can play casually as well. I don't buy it.
That one button rotation. I mean, I don't know if you're memeing or not, but that one button rotation is really not going to be a problem at all for anyone.
Where's mine?
It's not really going to do much. I don't know if you've seen the actual damage numbers it's pulling. It's not very hot. If you're good, you should have no problem beating a one button. Anyone who's playing one button with your Specker class.
Oh, okay. Next one is some of your takes I like, but completely disagree about Mr. Pandaria talents. They were by far the least cookie cutter talents for all the flack they got, and they don't deserve it. Listen, I'm going to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't buy into that bullshit. Mr. Pandaria was the most funneled talent tree WoW ever had in the history of the game.
Mop through Shadowlands. I mean,
it was straight cookie.
There was some specs where you played the same talents, whether you were in single target or AoE or this or that. That was your talent.
You want to talk about choke holding? By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys know what we're talking about Mr. Pandaria talents, where it was the 3 rows, and in each row you would pick one of the 3. It was so chokehold in what options that you had.
Yeah.
Everyone had these same exact builds every single time. There was zero flexibility. Zero. I don't buy it. I'd love to hear this guy's thoughts on why he thinks that, to be honest with you. You want to take this one?
You could play a meta class and not know how to play them and be awful because you ignored your usual main just to be meta. Or you could play a spec you've mained for years and know the class inside out and still do better than the slap any button new meta. Yes, I stand in the fire here. I mean, I actually 100% agree, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but right now, Shadow's not doing so hot on the rankings, and I seem to do pretty good in the raids. Not so much in Mythic Plus, because Shadow's just bad there, but in raids, I still do pretty good, right?
Nah, of course, bro.
Class mastery is always important.
Class mastery is always the most important, but yeah. You get ignored your usual main just to be meta? No, bro, I don't buy that. You can play a spec you've mained for years and know the class inside out and still do better than this. I mean, I agree with that part where class mastery is so crucial, bro. You can play a class that isn't that great in Mythic Plus and still perform some of the best because you're so good with that class. That is
Ask Chris.
For sure. Yeah, look, Chris in the chat, shout out to him with the Outlaw Rogue. I mean, now they're doing great. They're performing really strong out of nowhere. But no, absolutely, it does not matter. There's always meta shift, there's always everything, but you can play any class in the game and perform at a very high level. You mean to tell me if you perform 99% of your class's viability, you won't beat a 75% of the best in the game? That's not true. I don't buy it. Bada bing, bada boom. Next one. Sky saying this is from Canadian. Shout out you, buddy. Sky saying he was 8 years old in Burning Crusade when it came out. Made me feel old because I was 16. Oh, man. Yo, listen, 16 years old, though, for TBC coming out.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, that's so good.
What a time, baby. What a time.
That is good. That's like 10th grade.
Wish I was 16 when TBC came out.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's nasty. That means 10th grade, you still just go home right after school, and you're chilling, bro. Man, you're just chilling.
That would have just ruined my life.
Yeah, it would have ruined my life. I mean, WoW already did ruin my life in high school, let's be real. I didn't go to any parties. I didn't have any friends. Not that I gave a shit. I love World of Warcraft.
Oh, not going to parties. That's not what would ruin my life. I wouldn't do school.
I was in college when the beta for vanilla dropped. Holy shit, Victor. You want to talk about a life ruiner. You're paying for education. You already know you're half-assing because you're freaking... Your mind is somewhere else. That is crazy. My God, I was 23 when I started playing in TBC. Wow. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, really, really important. If you guys want to help support the channel, we have 50 of you in here right now, but we have Twitch chat linked in the YouTube. If you want to pull up a second chat, a second monitor, help us inflate those numbers, show Twitch that we are pumping out good content, that people do watch and support the channel. We're trying to keep it over 30 before we end the stream. If you guys can, we got 50 of you in here. Let's get maybe 5 or 6 of you helping over there. That would really, really appreciate it. Let's continue. Shout out to Canadian, by the way, when he made that comment. That was great. Oh, we got one from Once Dead that says, I love the shirt. Thank you so much.
I had to throw that one in there, right?
Okay, Lance. All right, this guy's really trying to...
Hey, Mailbox Mayhem!
Woo! This guy's really trying to inflate those shirts. It's true, bro. Listen, The shirts are awesome. If you guys want, go check it out, man. We got some awesome stuff there.
Don't hate the player, you know? Hate the game.
Don't hate
Had
the
to throw it
player,
out
hate
there.
the game. It is what it is. Do you want to go to the next segment? The last one, maybe, potentially? Gaming forecast?
Let's do it.
Are you down for that?
Guys, we have a brand new segment coming out.
Yeah, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The brand new segment talking about games that are coming out maybe in the future that have just released, whatever the case may be. I would say this is a pretty cool one. It's called the Gaming Forecast. Let's jump right in.
Okay, some upcoming games look like total wins, while others absolute disasters. This is the Gaming Forecast, where we predict the future of hot new games and let you know if it's clear skies ahead or a full-blown storm warning.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is, man. It's time for the Gaming Forecast, right, Lance? Talking about other things other than World of Warcraft.
Ooh,
Believe me,
it's
we
getting a
level
little
out.
chilly.
Getting a little chilly, but we're going to decide here some upcoming games, things that may have released already or that are coming out in the future on if they're going to be absolute hitters or it's going to be a hurricane disaster waiting to happen. First up, one of the hottest takes for World of Warcraft players out there, I'm sure a lot of you know, the Fellowship game. This is the game that is literally based off Mythic Plus from World of Warcraft. Let's get into it. Here it is, baby. Fellowship. Let me know if the audio's good, too. That might be loud as fuck.
Mythic
Hi
Plus
everyone,
the game,
I'm Hamish
baby.
Bode, Community Director for Fellowship. On behalf of the team here at Chief Ripple, we couldn't be more excited to invite you all to our public playtest. But first things first, I'd like to give you an overview of our game and get you up to speed on what you can expect in Fellowship.
So guys, just to be clear, this is literally a direct rip of Mythic Plus in World of Warcraft, but the entire game is progressing through Mythic Plus in this game with a group of buddies. Fellowship. We're here. There it is.
Fellowship is a multiplayer online dungeon adventure.
The UI is
or
good,
MODA,
man.
Yeah, it's
taking
clean.
the best parts of the end-game MMO experience and putting them front and center. If you love cooperative dungeon-focused gameplay, Fellowship is the game for you.
I like the art style.
I love it.
To get started in our game, you'll first select your hero from our roster of tanks, healers, and damage dealers.
Don't like that you have to pick a character.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this is very important on one of the big things why I think this game has really good potential, but one of the biggest problems forefront is that you cannot create your own character in this game. You can't create their look or aesthetic. I'm down with set guys with set abilities. Fine. I can't customize abilities. Cool. I don't have talents and that sort of thing. Fine. But if you're going to sit here and chokehold me on how I want to look, I think that's a big mistake.
For me, especially because Brainsmog is so big in WoW.
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. Oh, I don't have the chat. Shit.
It's a hero shooter except in PvE dungeons. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks interesting, and I would absolutely give this game a try. But if I can't make my own character,
or at least custom,
that's an issue. By the way, if you guys want to help support the Twitch chat, get it over there on a second monitor. We're 28 viewers. We need two more viewers for 30. Help us out, baby. Let's continue.
From our roster of tanks,
Love you,
healers,
Max.
and damage dealers. A tank's primary role is
Earth
to
shield?
absorb damage and keep the enemy focus on them.
No, the animations look good.
Positioning and
They
threat
do.
management are key.
And
to
by the way,
optimal
this
tank
is alpha. This isn't even beta or early access. So this is alpha. This game has a long ways to go. How do you feel about Arc Raiders? Tried it yet? I haven't, buddy, but I do. I really do. That game looks incredible. By the way, that should be on the Gaming Forecast. That game is destroying the world right now. People love it.
Damage dealers are the ones that bring the pain to the enemy. You want to be doing as much damage as possible to take down the enemies while the tank keeps them busy. A healer keeps the team in tip-top shape, focusing on keeping everyone's health bars high and providing buffs to the rest of the group.
I mean, you know what's really cool right off the bat is the zone variety is really nice. Like, you can just tell you have Frost, you have
the
Earthen
dungeons look
Ruins,
nice.
you have almost like a tropical
I saw
theme.
a pirate ship.
You have a desert. Like, there's
Everyone's
a
health
good amount of
bars high,
variety here.
A lot of
providing
biomes.
buffs to the rest of the group. After selecting a hero you'd like to play, you'll find yourself in the Stronghold, a shared hub where you can get ready for your next adventure, manage your stash, upgrade gear, and figure out your rotations on the training dummies.
Love that. I love that. I love that you could practice rotations. I love that. What game is this? I was in LFR. This is called Fellowship. It's a game, literally, if you're just tuning in the stream, it's ripping off Mythic Plus from World of Warcraft, making it its own game, and releasing like that.
Once you're ready, open up our group finder to find like-minded players that are looking for the same challenge that you are. Once your group is found, you'll start the dungeon and fight your way through packs of enemies, each with unique and challenging abilities of their own that you'll need to keep
what
an eye
seems
on.
to be cool? It seems like for me, and maybe for a lot of people, the combat, there's a lot of like stuff going on, but it also seems slower paced.
It also seems very digestible.
Yeah.
Like the animations, it's very consistent. They did good with the stylized art here. The UI, the class feeling, the aesthetic. I think they freaking nailed it.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not another game trying to come out to be the best graphical game out there.
No.
It's very, very, very and easy and digestible. A kid can play something like this because it's not overwhelming.
These stylized graphics, I mean, we've seen it with Fortnite and all these other games. It just lets the longevity of the game be so much bigger, right?
Yeah.
And it's cheaper to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You and your group will have to work together and take out enough of these enemies to up your kill score as you make your way towards the boss.
Holy shit.
Now, these bosses aren't your standard hack and slash fare, and you'll need to pay careful attention to the boss mechanics that Fellowship has to offer. A lot of our encounters will make veterans feel right at home, while others will push the boundaries to give players an entirely new challenge.
Underwater fight, that looks badass, man.
As players reach higher difficulties, these bosses will become even more challenging as they unlock their own advanced mechanics and abilities. Pay attention and communicate with your group to end up on top.
So what I like is that he just said the bosses continue to evolve the higher difficulties you go. So it's not the same mechanics in a +2 or a +4 or a +6 or +8, 10, 12, whatever. They continue to add more mechanics of the boss on the fight. So it's a new way of mastery every time.
I mean, I'm sure at some point it has to just be okay, health is going up.
Sure.
During these dungeons, you'll also need to keep a close eye on your own abilities, their cooldowns, including your ultimate, and find the optimal time to use them.
Love that. Wow, look at those animations.
Once you take down that final boss...
It's very digestible,
dude,
man.
it's so... I know so many people who try to jump into WoW, and they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like,
yeah.
and that's like, okay, that's a big WoW problem. This game, you know what's happening in 2 seconds of playing the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's very easy to understand.
It looks like they telegraph things very well.
Very well. It reminds me of WildStar.
A little bit. I mean, WildStar's telegraphing was crazy, but yeah, it does have that feel, but also it's like the combat is slow. I think it's going to be so much easier to get into because it's like, you know, it's not, okay, this swirly's on the ground, you have a second to get out. If you don't, you're just dead.
Everything, the thing is it's so stylized in a great way, meant for this style of combat. Everything's very, very easy on the eyes. It does not give you a freaking headache. Like, I really, really like that.
Looks like they just ripped off WoW content. I mean, yeah, but
that's literally the game.
They made it very clear. Actually, the creator made it very clear. This is Mythic Plus the game.
Yeah, this is Mythic Plus the game.
They're not trying to hide it.
Fulfilled the kill score requirement for the dungeon.
You're right, Doug, by the way, 100%. You're right.
Yeah, the cool thing about this one is, like, say a player's watching the MDI and wants to play WoW for that experience. Think of all the roadblocks, leveling a character, setting up add-ons, etc.
Getting gear, too.
Yeah, they don't have to do any of that shit. There's a leveling progression system in this. It has its own progression systems, but it's not the investment of an MMO. It's just Mythic Plus.
The big shiny chest of loot for your efforts. You'll then return to the stronghold to revel in your rewards, as well as the new skills, talents, and power that will be added to your toolbox for that hero along the way.
Yeah, love that.
But that's just the beginning. When you're ready, it's time to dive straight back into your next dungeon, which may take you around 30 minutes as you work your way through multiple bosses. Or if you're short on time, we also have adventures which have a single boss and will take about 10 to 15 minutes each.
Nice.
We want to give you options to chase down the loot you need in the time that you have available.
Wow, love that.
With each completed dungeon and adventure, you'll gain the power.
What service do you use to ship the shirts? UPS doesn't deliver to me.
USPS. Not UPS.
There you go, Evarius.
Power you need to take on new and increasingly difficult challenges. Cool. And you'll be rewarded.
By the way, if you guys want to show some love, check out the merch, man. We do have 2 shirt orders on the night. I'm going to be honest. I don't want to push more shirt orders, but if we do get 3 more, I will make them live on stream. That's a promise I've made to every single person on every stream. If we get 5 orders on a stream, I'll make them live in chat here. I'm okay with not having to make it tonight. So if you guys don't want to, just do your thing. But check it out. We do have the link here. I can send it to you guys right now really quick. Limited time edition merch, man. Absolutely insane stuff here. We have like 10 to 15 max goblin shirts. So if you guys want, check it out. Really, really good stuff there.
Rewarded with loot that is far more powerful than what you began with.
Wow, holy shit. Nice.
Okay, so your
For
character
those
does
of you that
change the
haven't
look.
played a game like this for whatever reason, maybe you just didn't have the time, or the prospect of doing NPC quests for hundreds of hours didn't appeal to you, we are so excited to invite you into an experience that has been hidden away from you for way too long. We've put a lot of work into making sure that you have the best experience right from the start. We know that for a lot of you, your competitive spirit is why you'll want to play Fellowship. We've included high skill cap heroes in our roster, a group finder system so you can find similarly skilled players,
Oh, look at that.
customizable UI, we've
Nice.
also got
Wow, love
leaderboards to
that.
climb, gear to collect, and a bunch of ways to gain the prestige that
Oh,
comes
look
with
at
being
that.
the best
You can plan the routes and it shows you exactly where the enemies are. Wow, look at that. That's awesome.
in the business.
Beautiful.
This is just the beginning of the Fellowship journey, and we can't wait to make this game with and for our community. So make sure you jump into our public playtest available at Steam Next Fest starting February 24th.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, to give you a little spoiler alert, that playtest happened a couple months ago. Some people were pretty happy with the game. Other people were not, and they were let down. Now, I don't think a lot of these people were directly from the Mythic Plus community. I know there were some people who are like FPS gamers or just basic RPG gamers. They went to go play it and they're like, what's the point of me just running dungeons and pushing dungeons? Like, what's the point in that? And I get it, but I do think their main target audience is World of Warcraft players. Like,
There's definitely there's a player base for that.
yeah.
There's a player base for people who want to be competitive, not in a PvP sense.
Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. I agree.
And if they do it right, I think it's going to be a niche game. It's not going to be, it won't be the next Fortnite or anything like that, but it will have a nice player base, I think.
No, I think this game's going to do its thing.
Yeah.
Do I think it's going to be an absolute smash hit home run? Probably not. I think it's very, 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 very niche on the target audience, but I'm pulling for them. I think this game, once again, I think it has incredible potential. I personally think you should be able to at least customize a character, like maybe not make your own race and everything. Like if it's that character with that model and that size,
Maybe let me make my
fine.
hair.
At least let me just customize the person. Like
Oh,
no
cute, yeah.
customization, it's very chokeholding. Like maybe I don't want to play a small freaking 95-pound girl if I'm trying to tank. Maybe I want to be a 6'5" burly badass, giant dude. Like,
Or maybe you don't want to be the big guy and you want to be
yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying. So like
95-pound tank.
in my personal opinion, I think it's interesting. I think there's potential there. I really hope the WoW dev team is taking notes from this one. Yeah, right. They always do. Man, this is an interesting one. God, this might poke at some strings here, ladies and gentlemen. Have you guys ever heard of a game called Ashes of Creation?
You will also unlock access.
They just put out a little update not too long ago about the Rogue class finally coming to this game. Ashes of Creation, if you guys didn't know, is supposed to be the MMO of all MMOs. It's supposed to be the savior, the WoW killer, the one MMO that everyone goes to that's original, it's classic feeling, and it's just everyone's favorite of all favorites. To be honest, people have been playing the alpha that you pay to get into, and a lot of the responses have not been too great. Of course, there are people there who love the game, and that's awesome, and I hope they do, but there have been a lot of miscommunication, a lot of things being delayed constantly while they're still getting money from the community. So it's been a very iffy situation the last, I would say, 5 or 6 months. They finally released another spec, which was supposed to release back in January. In case you're wondering, it is May, so that's a 5-month fucking wait period.
Oof.
And here's a first look at it.
Taking our first look at the Rogue archetype
Actually, I
in
haven't seen
Ashes of
this.
Creation Alpha 2.
Me neither.
Alpha 2 is in an early testing phase in which Intrepid Studios is continually updating.
Alpha 2. Holy shit. Ash is supposed to be the shit. You're right.
The Rogue is about being one with the shadows.
That was
knowing how
Rift.
to move with subtlety and
Wildstar.
when to stay put.
Kotor.
The rogue is a master of opportunity, using
got another
skill,
shirt order.
positioning, and the
Ladies and
environment
gentlemen,
to dish out.
it's official. Ring the horn, man. We just got another shirt order.
That's number 3.
If you're in the chat, let's get some huges in the chat. Huges in the chat, baby. We just got another shirt order. It is official, dude. Absolutely huge. Insane. Let's get some huges in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Because the comeback cage just got another official shirt order. That's 3 out of 5 on the night, baby. Let's lock it in, dude. Absolutely insane. Buying an alpha test phase doesn't entitle anyone to anything. They probably try to release a proper product and people just complain that it is not fast enough. Yeah, the problem is though, is when they were pitching these $120 alpha keys or whatever the price was, they clearly were stating, hey, this is going to come out at this time, this is going to come out at this time, and this time, and this time. And then when those times didn't come and they didn't meet the time frames, they were like, yeah, things happen in development. Development's complicated. We want to make sure it's perfect. The problem is they're getting $120 from people over and over. And by the way, they sold. Oh, I couldn't even tell you. I don't buy the alpha key just to play the alpha. Only buy it to support us. But that's what people have forgotten.
They also were selling the $200 alpha key, saying that they would not sell anymore, and then sold.
Yeah, so
more.
they cooked your ass on FOMO not too long ago, and then they brought it out back again, saying, "Hey, here's $120."
I think that's worse.
But I feel like they're making that disclaimer to cover their ass in case anything goes wrong. They're making it very clear.
I mean, listen, time. It is an alpha. Like, things can change, and it's got to be fluid. You know, I guess shame on them for not understanding that. But if you buy into it, then you're bought in. You can't really. I don't think you can get mad at that.
No, I don't think so. They also said buying the alpha doesn't give you the game eventually. Buying the alpha doesn't give you the game eventually?
Well, you're actually not going to have to buy the game when it comes out.
Is it going to be Star Citizen with a 13-year alpha? Okay, let's break this down. They've had to break down and rebuild the game up again over the last 3 years.
They changed to
the new Unreal Engine, yeah. And that was back when I was doing New World content, which was a little, I think, over now 3 years ago, or coming up on 3 years or something. They're estimating the people who are playing the game and who are really tight with the community, this game is bare minimum at the earliest 5 years out. That's what they've said.
Listen, between you and I, it's not my type of game anyway.
Listen, I'm going to keep it an absolute buck. I played the game, and I do think there's some good aspects, but after they've been working for over 3.5, 4, 5 years on all of this, like at this state in the game, the only thing they actually have to show for it right now is leveling 1 to 25. And man, I would love to get Izzy on here, talk about it, and really break it down, because he knows 10 times more than me, and he sunk hundreds of hours into that game to learn it, dive in, to really give it a good try. So he would know more than anybody. I would love to get him on here.
Actually, the creation has been in development since 2017.
Yeah, but then they had to, it's so funny because they were close to a beta. They were close to having an open beta to have everyone test, but then they decided, homeboy, Steven Sharif, he decided, hey, we're going to just break it down and rebuild because the new Unreal Engine 5 is coming out and we want to be the top line out there. We want to have top of the line stuff and get it going. And yeah, they redid it. It's been in alpha since 2021. Yeah. Okay, so it's been 2021 since they started the Unreal Engine thing and they shifted over to there. Can't open 2 of my jars. I've tried everything. Sky, can I bring you the jars to open? I don't want to interrupt, but Mama needs to eat. Interesting. Jars opening in the chat. We're gonna wrap up here in a second. I'll be down in 2 seconds.
Frightening amounts of damage. In their downtime, they provide excellent scouting, helping their friends navigate dangers otherwise unseen. As you progress with the rogue, you will gain access to many different abilities.
I don't really have to
The most
complain about
important
this
one
game because I
being
just know it's
stealth.
not a game
to
for
enter
me.
stealth, you must distance yourself from all
Um,
non-allies. This can be done while you are in or out of combat.
And that's fine.
When
It
the
could end up
ability is
being a very
activated,
good
you are now
game. It's
invisible
just
to those around you. Stealth
they've
is
made it
directional
clear
based.
the type of game
The
it's
more
going to be.
directly
It's a
behind
very
someone you
slow,
are, the less likely
old
you
school
are to be
style
spotted.
game, heavy PvP focus.
You will also unlock access to many different
It's going to be for
combat
people who have a
abilities.
lot of time,
Sneak behind your target,
which
and
I
use
just don't
backstab
have,
to deal massive
which
piercing
is fine.
damage as an
I just
opener.
know it's not
Use
for me.
Lacerate to apply some damage over
I will
time
say
with a
also,
bleeding debuff.
really quick,
Or dish out quick burst
the
damage
budget,
with acrobatic strike.
the amount of money and funding this game is burning through is freaking insanity. Not only do they have a shitload of funding through internal sources and producers and studios helping them, they have Homeboy's funding that he said he's invested 50 to 100 million, tens of millions of dollars. I couldn't even tell you the amount. Not only that, they're also making millions upon millions of dollars from people buying things. So this game has a ridiculous amount of funding. And it's been in alpha since 2021. And we're still in alpha 4 years later. And there's still multiple stages of alpha to go through before we even think about going into beta. This game, I don't know when it's going to come out. And I'm going to be honest, it ain't for me.
I was really into watching.
My point is, Kuzi, is this company already on a game that's still suggested to be 5 years out minimum is getting hundreds upon hundreds of millions of dollars to produce this game. What's my
I don't
point
know if
is
it's
that
hundreds of millions, but they're getting
no,
millions.
it's absolutely hundreds
I
of
just
millions.
don't know. You know, the people who are invested, they know what they're signing up for, though. They know, especially now at this point. If you're putting money into it now, you know what you're getting. I mean, you know the game is not anywhere near being done. If you're choosing to support, that's cool, I guess. I stopped even following the game.
Yeah, I can't follow it anymore. I remember in high school, senior year, me and you talking about this game and being hyped for when it's going to come out.
I was already graduated, but yeah.
Yeah, but I was in 12th grade. I remember being like, yo, this is going to be fucking sick. Ladies and gentlemen, that was 7 years ago. And we're still in alpha. Holy shit. I'm honestly starting to believe this game ain't ever coming out. How many people bought D4 pre-order and the game is still dog shit? A lot of people. I think Lance was one of them.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
Hey.
I don't know.
Listen, D4 gave me exactly what I wanted out of it, too. Gave me a Diablo campaign that I enjoyed. Well, you know, that's it.
No, the Diablo campaign was great. I think there was a lot of good aspects of Diablo, but man, I heard that new season is
Yes,
tough.
we were actually just talking about that. They did scrap years of dev time to upgrade the engine.
Yeah, exactly. Prototype. They did just do that. They I think it was back in 2021, back when I was making New World content. I made a short video explaining that and diving into that. And it looked great, sure, but they shot themselves in the foot. The game would have already been out by now. It would have already been out, for sure. I guess.
For me, Ashes is not even worth talking about.
Yeah, it was just a quick little discussion point. Sorry, Lance. Do you have any gaming forecast updates or?
No, I'm not saying it's good to show on
Good
there,
show.
but for me, I would say that's a colder weather. I wouldn't put any money into it.
I see.
Also, they made it very clear that game is not for casuals. Which at this point in my life, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, but hold on, Kuzi. Hold on, because you can't compare that game to GTA when Rockstar has done nothing but built up a lot of goodwill, and has put out many games that a lot of people would consider some of the best games of all time. You can't compare Rockstar
to a studio that hasn't put anything out.
Yeah, to a studio that hasn't done shit
with a Kickstarter.
So I have been agreeing with you. For everything else, but no, you can't compare the two.
Lance question. I don't see green mains in chat nor the emojis. Would you happen to know why? Subbed membership last Wednesday?
I don't know. For some reason, it's not showing you're a member at all. At least on my end, doesn't say member.
Yeah, Valkyrian, it doesn't show that you're a
Kiko.
YouTube... Kiko, it doesn't show that you're a YouTube member. Are you on the same YouTube account? That's so odd. I do remember you subbing. Weird. Thunder Firefox, first time chat. What's going on, baby? How we doing? Appreciate it. How we doing, buddy?
I'd have to look in the members after the stream to see what's going on with that.
Interesting. I'm not sure. I could maybe check really quick here.
I don't know. Also, I'm pretty sure because of the goodwill for Rockstar, you have to think that they're delaying Grand Theft Auto. Like GTA 6 is getting delayed because they wanna make sure. I mean, you have to think there's not gonna be another GTA for at least another 10 years at this rate.
Shout
right?
out to you guys for the follows. Appreciate the love. It does say that for some reason, Valkyrian joined 6 days ago, last stream.
Kiko, try to log out of your YouTube account and log back in.
That's so odd.
It shows on our end that you're still a member.
Yeah, no, but it shows that he became a member.
Yeah, but it says he's a member and it has the badge next to his name and all. Which means he's a member.
Yeah, but not in the chat.
No, so I think maybe just try logging out and log back in.
Scammed live on stream. That's fucking diabolical. Awesome, enjoying your stream. Come over from YouTube. Oh, thanks, Thunder. Appreciate the love, man. Let's go. Man, we had a great stream tonight. We absolutely broke a lot of records. We had some freaking awesome debates. We had a lot of good segments. Let's take WoW instead. Season 1 had so many bugs and dungeons that occasionally screwed people over. They kept those bugs for 6 months before fixing it with the Season 2 patch, and that's also a monthly payment.
Well, personally, I just avoided Mythic Plus in Season 1. I thought it was hot trash, and I didn't even get Keystone Master until the last day of Season 1.
Diabolical.
So, but Season 2's Mythic Plus has been pretty fun.
That's not the argument. What's the argument? Get him. Get him. Get him. Get him, Kuzi. Go. Go. Go, Kuzi. Test him mentally. Go. With your European self. He goes, hey guys, it's Kuzi. Go, Kuzi, go.
I mean, yeah.
Stream is growing. Yes, sir.
It definitely had a lot of bugs. I think it had a lot of bugs. Actually, I don't even know. I just didn't like the dungeons. Yikes. Actually, you know what dungeon I did yesterday for the weekly? City of Threads.
Yeah, that was a great dungeon.
The one where you actually have to find the
oh, no, that dungeon. I meant City of Echoes.
But the bosses are good in that dungeon.
No, the bosses are great in that dungeon. I like them a lot.
The mobs
except
suck.
For the Stomp, the GOOO boss.
That boss sucks.
Fucked. Are y'all doing anything for Oblivion? I've been playing Oblivion here or there very rarely. We do have a discussion on Oblivion, but I mean, we kind of ran out of time. I was going to save that maybe for the gaming forecast.
Bro,
next week.
I haven't even got to play WoW in the last couple of weeks at all, except I didn't even raid last week. Holy shit, I haven't played WoW in a long time.
What the fuck? What? Is it because he changed his YouTube name? Dude, you gotta send a message to customer support because it showed on our thing. Like, I think I can even pull it up on stream. It shows you right here as a member. Let me see if I could quickly pull it up. Dual PC share. It shows you right here 6 days ago. So I don't know. You got to send a message to them. I'm not sure. Gonna get you that Oblivion sponsor. Yo, I'm locked in when it comes to that. When you're ready to go, I'm locked in.
It's mad annoying.
No, that's bullshit. He's a member. He's a part of the fucking community's heart and soul. Keep my lights on so I live and breathe. He needs to get rewarded. Can you use the member only emotes?
No, I don't think he's
Kiko?
saying he can't do anything.
Maybe you can also check/uncheck people somewhere that you are a supporter. Pretty sure you can also uncheck so people don't see you're subscribed to the channel. Interesting. That's so odd. No, you have to, dude, you have to send a message to customer, just support on YouTube. There's no way. There's no way. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
that's bullshit.
That's insane.
You're paying hard-earned money to support the channel and the guild. No, that's bullshit. And if you don't, I will. But yeah, Lance, I think we had a really good stream today, man. Absolute banger of an episode of the Comeback City. We broke records on YouTube. We broke records on Twitch. We had a couple really good segments. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in case you guys are wondering, we had a 1 out of 10 on our channel today. And it is blasting right now across a couple of our channels. But I'm going to be honest, we also need your guys' help. We need you guys to subscribe over to the Clips channel for the Comeback City, like, little clips. I want to start posting more, but I need you guys on there. We're at like 80-something subscribers. We're trying to get that 100 subscriber goal. So if you guys haven't subscribed, please help us out. We're trying to get to 100 subs. Push it out, baby. I promise you guys are going to love this content. It's little bite-sized clips of the show you see here posted on there. So if you miss something, we try to post it and get it out there as much as we can.
Oh, yeah. I'm also interested, for anyone still in the chat, what's your favorite segment on the show?
That's a good question. We should ask that again.
Yeah, what's your favorite segment? I'd like to know what type of segments you all enjoy for maybe future segment ideas and shit like that.
I'm calling y'all out, yo, for real. I think we're about ready. I think it's time. I do. I genuinely think it's time to start getting this shit going. The one where Sky went off screen to open jars, that's fucking diabolical. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be all for the Comeback City, man. I think we had a banger of a day. Thank you guys so much, man. Don't forget to subscribe to that channel. It's the Clips channel, please.
Oh, and before we go, if you're interested in the dueling tournament, message Max. He's going to be putting together the brackets.
Yep. Message Max. We're doing a dueling
Free
tournament.
t-shirt giveaway for the winner of the dueling tournament.
Bongo.
Get in there. Even if you're not good at PvP, just get in there. It's going to be fun. Just guild. We're just going to be shooting this shit in guild. We're going to probably do a private stream so people could see us do like a hosting event of it.
Absolutely.
So get on in there. You don't have to be good at PvP.
Yo, Wayside, love you so much, buddy. Guys, thank you so much for supporting the YouTube and the Twitch. If you have 2 monitors up, you guys are the real MVPs today. Doing all you can for absolutely free. We appreciate the love. We got 3 shirt orders tonight. That is awesome. I'm going to make those tonight just because I want to, and I'm going to chill casually while I do it. I love you guys so much. God bless every single one of you. Thanks for tuning in to Comeback City. My name's Sky.
I'm Lance.
And listen, guys, we'll see you next week.